And here
All
we
right.
are, episode 38, back after a 1 week hiatus. Caesar RE, Black Act 2K, and our guest this week, Dankestad710 over there on Twitch. Um, Dank, welcome, welcome,
What's going
welcome.
on?
Thank you for being
Thank you.
our 36th guest in our
Wow.
38th episode. It's been an awesome year
Nice.
so far. We got to meet a lot of cool people.
It's been good.
And so far, from what I've talked to you in chat and talked to you in your chat, we're up for another good one. So, how
All
about
right.
how about you
Let's
give a
go.
little blurb about yourself, and then we'll jump right into it.
Well, I'm Dankest Dad, the Dankest Dad, I guess. I got 2 kids, wife, and I've been gaming my whole life, and this is kind of where it took me, I guess. I figured if people enjoy watching other people play games, and I like to open up and find a community to play with, find more. It's always fun to play with more people. And this is, I figured why not just have the camera going. I'm not camera shy or anything, so
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I asked you this the other day in stream, but you have one of each, right? One boy, one girl.
Yeah, I have a 7-year-old boy
yeah.
in 2nd grade, and my 4-year-old daughter, and she's gonna be going into kindergarten next year. It's pretty crazy. Both kids going to school makes me feel old as hell.
Black just started that this year. Both kids.
I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
both
Oh,
my
yeah?
kids are in school now.
Oh
They're
man.
super close in age, so they started at the same time because of COVID and stuff. Kind of stunted my older one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. My son didn't even have a kindergarten graduation because of COVID.
Yeah.
It was like it hit right before he would have graduated. His whole 1st grade year, where we have all these crazy regulations, and they gotta to take their mask, and it's got to be washed like every 2 days, and they have to have new masks every other day, or else.
Yeah.
My son got actually quarantined right at the very beginning of this year. He was at school for 2.5 days, and somebody that he sits next to in the cafeteria had COVID, tested positive, so he ended up having to quarantine for 10 days right after the year started. It's
Right.
like, this is the worst time.
That's how it started over here. It hasn't hit our preschool yet. The preschool, what is it? Preschool, the 1 through 5, and then 6 through 12 or whatever. They're all separate schools for us, like different buildings. So then the 1 through 5, oh my God, there was like 28 cases in the first 3 weeks of school.
Oh,
It was wild. But thankfully, nothing's hit our pre-K yet. So
Yeah, Dank, I'm assuming, did you have to get your son tested, or he didn't show any symptoms, so you didn't need to get him tested?
No, he wasn't sick, so they just wanted him to quarantine for the 10 days.
Oh,
and
lucky.
then we're good.
It seemed like he probably either had it but never experienced any of the symptoms, or didn't have it at all, which is good.
Yeah, we think our whole family got it back in 2019, the end of the year, like November. We were all super sick, and we've been around a lot of people that have had it, and none of us have even gotten it again.
Yeah.
So we weren't even sure for sure that we had it, but everything that they're saying, we're like, dang, we probably had that.
I know a boss like that. He was one of my old co-workers. He was really sick at the December of 2019. In February of 2020, he was like, I'm pretty sure I had COVID. He's like, 'cause I've never been sick like that ever.
Yeah, all of
And
us.
dude,
were the
I
same
remember
way.
he was off for almost 3 weeks. He was dead.
I think a lot of people that I know, like my neighbors across the street, they think that they had it end of 2019, right before it
Yeah.
even became like a known thing, which is very possible, right?
Yeah.
But then, who knows? People then
yeah.
start to blow it up like it was something that it wasn't, just because, kind of thing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it all has to do with he got it stuck in his head because he goes out to the casino every week.
Oh, okay.
Every weekend he goes, he's got a free room up there. So he goes up there and he was just confident that that's where he got it. St. Louis is a big city.
Right.
So, he was just confident, and, he started telling me all the time. He's like, dude, I've just never felt like death.
Yeah.
It's like, I did.
I've
And
heard some people get hit pretty hard and then
Yeah.
others, no, not too bad.
Nothing. Shake it off.
Yeah.
Just depends.
Yeah. Been lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna see that flicker.
Oh, you're
I don't
fine.
know. I don't know
It's
what's
all
going
good.
on with these. It does it in my son's room too. I installed these 2 ceiling fans, which I installed 6 of them in this house, and these are the only 2 that do it. And I don't know why. I think it's like a glitch with them or something. I don't know. Something.
Normally,
They're
I can
supposed
turn
to be
on
all
that
high
light,
tech.
hit it, and it'll.
There's not even a cord to
flicker.
pull on this thing. It's like it's all remote
Yeah.
or switch. It's irritating.
Yeah. So, and this will probably spur into a different conversation, because I saw you Facebook post about it today, Black, right? But Dank, you recently got affiliated on Twitch over the last week or so, right?
I did last Sunday.
Hell yeah!
So it's been a week today, actually.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the thing, Black, I saw you post about the affiliate program and everything.
It's completely different.
Like what do you mean?
I don't think anyone's prepared for this conversation.
No, I mean,
You'd be surprised.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, so my comments are more about the comments that were on your post than the actual post you made about it, because it
See,
makes
and
sense.
that's not why I made that post. I think my post said it pretty plainly that, like, I'm not saying one's.
This is where I need to be better production, and I need to be able to pull it up. Like, I need to be like, this is what we're talking about, but I'm not there.
Okay,
yet.
I can pull it up.
No, it's
I
fine.
can.
Yeah, I mean, your post here, you don't have to pull it up because it's literally just.
So my post boils down to, I think the Twitch affiliation program is a joke, not necessarily the platform. It in general. Like, I'm just saying the program is a joke.
Oh yeah.
They give you everything all at once, and then they expect you to just know what to do, and that's that. So it's like a switch and bait, and I've had this conversation before, culture versus cult. And then, you go back into it, and Facebook, I don't know if you know me, I'm partnered here on Facebook. Facebook, you have to work for Level Up, and then there's 3 different tiers within Level Up. Okay, so you have Level Up, you can instantly start getting stars equivalent to your bits. And then once you do even more as a Level Up creator, then you can start earning subscriptions. So there again, it's a tier. And then when it comes to the 3rd, you can have AdSense. You start getting ad revenue. Then you become a partner, and you can monetize all your content. That means, you can upload a video and that instantly be monetized like YouTube. And then even now as a partner, I'm still forced for more goals. And I just found it awesome. My dashboard updated today, and it was right around the time Caesar texted me. And it just got me thinking, like, I'm still a partner, and they're telling me I need to do more. You know what I mean? Like that, it keeps you working. Like, it keeps them goals. And Twitch is like, you got it.
So yeah,
Go for it.
Yeah, but
Twitch is like, here's a totally
good.
reasonable, like, achievable goal at 3 viewers. If I really wanted to, I could have had an alternate account and have my wife watching, and
you could have done
just
a lot
have
of stuff.
a friend, and just have this go the whole time. But I wanted to build a community with the people and actually build that following of people that are going to come back and keep watching. Versus,
see now,
affiliate. I don't give a shit about the money. That's the whole. I don't care about that.
So that's the piece that I wanted to tap into.
okay. Now let me say something real fast.
Go ahead.
We will get into it because it is definitely a part of this conversation.
Oh yeah, let's go. I'm ready for this.
Everything on Facebook is based off watch time. It's not the amount of viewers you have, it's retention and watch time. So it's very similar to YouTube. Okay? So yes, of course, you need a certain amount of followers to get started, and that's 100. You have to have 100. Okay? Super easy to do.
Yeah, I got 100 in a month and a half.
Yeah, super easy to do. Some may say it's hard, but those are the people that literally just hit live and go. They're not doing any effort whatsoever. Because I'm being honest with anyone that's in chat right now, and no matter where you are, if you want 100 followers, go out and get it. because that
Yeah.
you just gotta get out there. Because if you're not gonna put yourself out there, you're not gonna get anything back. That's that simple. You know, I like the fact that everything's based off watch time, and I just got an update. I don't think I could share it with anybody, but it told me my watch time had to hit a certain level, and I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. You know, so that's I'm gonna be putting out a ton of content now because I want to get that.
That's
But
awesome.
you know, I just found that very neat. You know, that even as a partner, they're still pushing me for more opportunities.
Sure.
I mean, it's just nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if I can just weigh in, what I would say, at least my perspective on it has always been, for any streaming, if you start out doing it to make money, you are going to struggle, and you are going to.
If you have that mindset,
I'm saying if you
Yeah.
set if your initial reason for streaming is for people to give you money, I will promise you they are not going to give you money.
Right.
They are not giving people money, like their money that they have, to somebody who just wants to do something for the money. They're not
Yeah.
going to do it. It is okay to, like, Black is now full time. Okay, dang. So like Black has shifted. He brain surgery last year. I know we'll get into some background, Dan, because I don't know, since Black is now on Facebook, my community doesn't overlap as much as it used to. It used to overlap
Yeah.
pretty much a lot because
which I still think if I log into my Twitch, we
It
share
does.
like
It does.
50% or something on my end.
100%. I mean, for the longest time, I was still sharing the same community, like with Black. Like the people where it says you share a community, when you look in those metrics, it was sharing with Black. But Black was not doing it full time. Once you get to a full time, like your goal has to be to make money, right? Because that is your income. Like that's what you're going after. That's what you've went over to.
And finding that line of content versus income still, like,
Yeah,
it's very hard
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be like, hey, I need a subscription, because like honestly, I don't want to take anyone's money if they can't afford it. You know, if you feel obligated, I'm doing it wrong.
No,
If you
people should
want
be
to do
people
it,
should be doing it the
that's
same way.
good.
No, people should be exactly. People should be doing it the same way they pay Netflix to watch their
Yes.
movies.
Yes.
That's why, right?
And that's what I said. My content has to, your content has to make a shift.
You're
You know,
basically
you-
paying the actor, right? You're
Yeah,
you're
you-
paying for that thing to be up. Now what I was
Yep.
getting at is, if you start out, and this is for anybody watching this episode now or in the future, if you start out, because and this I think ties into both Black's Facebook post as well as Dank just becoming affiliate, right?
I'll go ahead and pull that up, guys.
If you start out with the concept that I am going to make money, or I want this to be my sole way to make money as an income, whatever, right? You're doing it wrong. And that's, I mean, I'm just gonna be flat out.
No,
You
no,
might find,
I agree with you.
you might find people, right? You might be the perfect person
I
that's
agree
like,
with you.
this works for you. But a lot of people want to see like genuine something going on. It's not, I'm gonna give this person money, right? Because typically that person that wants the money is not going to be as interactive with their people. This is all from the start. Like I said, the moment you
agree.
get to an income piece, you are still going to be the same person you were. And now you are going to be doing it to make money. And that is completely fine, right? There is going to be a transition. But the people who start out trying to make money, you're going to be irritated, right? You're going to be like, why is this not happening? Why is that not happening? It's because you're going after the wrong thing.
Right.
That'll come. I have to pick up the watch stream.
Yep.
Oh, whoa. Okay, I think that worked. I saw like way too much at first. Keep going.
Trying to zoom in. Give me a
I
second.
see it. Charlie. That's copyright. We can't use that. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have that issue.
I've been going around streamer to streamer on both Twitch and Facebook. I gotta say, I never thought the Twitch affiliate program was such a joke till now. For real, it's horrible. Facebook builds and tries to keep those goals running. Twitch gives you affiliate so fast and no guidance whatsoever. It's no wonder why people get beaten down all the time. Listen to your dashboard on Facebook. If you're a streamer, it will help you.
Nice.
The comments are where it gets a little.
Yeah, so in the
Little
comment section,
one-sided.
right? This is kind of what streamed to me, like spoke to me, right? If people are looking now, somebody did mention networking and things like that, right?
Yep.
And I'll just speak on my own behalf, right? Over the course of 2 years of streaming, I've been streaming for 2 years and a month. Um, the first 6 months to a year, I would say, lackluster at best, right? You know, 1, 2 viewers, maybe 3, right? Um, but I
Here's the
was
post we're talking about, guys.
but I was
Sorry. Go
not.
on.
Oh wait, I don't see the post anymore. I see your blue screen.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, so
You just close out of it.
okay, stop watching. Can you stop streaming it?
Yeah.
Okay, just so I can switch the names back in.
I was just gonna show everyone on mine real fast
Yeah,
and then
you're
stop streaming it.
So what I was getting at is I wasn't paying attention to that from like oh, I wish people would watch me. Personally, this is a personal thing. I wasn't looking at it like that. Sure, would have been nice to have people. It was when they came in, and that it was nice to talk with people, but it was never like something that ate at me. Then I met Black in the middle of 2020, like early 2020, and started talking to Black, started talking to more people, and more people started coming in. And I'll be honest, some of those people are still around, some of those people are not, right? And I've seen a
Same here.
transition from different people and the amount of people that stay around. And I'll be honest, I've been more happy the past 2 days than I have been with like my goal of creating a community like Dank got to, because I don't stream during the day. Everybody knows I stream at night, and everybody
Yeah.
in my community knows I've been streaming less because I just had my second
The baby.
son, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, holy shit, season's on for 3.5 hours. I
Don't
actually
talk
get to see some of this.
don't talk about that, Dank. That was last night. I just needed to get some extra testosterone out through games, so I didn't take it out in the house. But so what I've noticed the past 2 days, though, other people from my community who were streaming, playing games, and those people who were in my chat saying hello every day and hanging out in there, playing with them. And that starts to,
what?
no, you're good. And that to me has started to become like, oh, this is awesome. People are getting along who are in my chat, right? People are starting to build a friendship or a relationship
Yeah.
with people that aren't
Yep.
me, right? That are people in the chat that they might talk to in chat or talk to in game when we play, something like that, it was awesome to see. I'll be honest.
It's huge.
That was the best thing.
It's
But-
huge.
So, Black, my only comment is I completely agree with you because I don't have any Facebook knowledge of the programs or anything like that. So I'm completely like going to say, hey, he is the best person to do the analysis on both sides. Regardless, I would say if they don't care about those goals and they're not trying to
And
build
that's-
that, then it doesn't matter which platform
Then-
you're on. You might as well be
then-
on whatever
and-
platform's easiest for you to set up because
true.
that's all you care about.
No, and I seen a TikTok the other day. Big E said it, and he was like, "If you're on Twitch bitching about Twitch, you have options. Quit bitching about it. Fucking do something about it." You know? And it's the same fucking thing. If you're gonna sit here in life and just bitch about your life, and you don't do nothing about it, you're still gonna be bitching about your life.
Well, let me
It's
say,
the
you know,
same way.
I would be lying if my end goal wasn't to obviously go full time playing games. It's something
Sure.
I've loved my entire
nothing
life.
wrong
You know,
with that.
yeah, there'd be how awesome would that be? But
Yeah.
I'm also a realistic person, and you know, I go and I work 8 hours a day. I come home and then I stream for 3 to 5 hours sometimes. You know, depends.
yeah.
But you know, I'm a massive achievement whore. And so seeing that Twitch has these achievements for the affiliate program, it's like, okay, what do I got to do this? And in order to get affiliate, I actually was going through my analytics and looking at like, okay, if I don't stream for the next 4 days, it's actually going to bring my average up.
I've
'cause
had
I
to
have
walk
some
through
really
people
good
with that.
days.
I had to walk some
Yeah,
people
you know?
through that. I'm glad you were chatting me and telling me about it. I'm like, I'm so glad you figured that out on your own because I was helping people through that. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, can you take a look, cut off some days I don't want to look at their metrics, right? I don't want them to screen share or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, do this. And I had to explain that. So I'm glad that you were on top
Yeah,
of
dude,
that.
you know, I was like, if I don't stream on Sunday, I should be affiliate. And Sunday morning, I woke up and I had the email and that little notification on Twitch, and I was like, oh, this is badass. And the first
Hell
thing I
yeah.
went was like, I'm gonna go and check out the new dashboard and see, you know, what I have extra, and the first thing I did was go and try and add emotes and channel points. Stoked to get some of these. I'm trying to learn about it, and
I loved it. I remember
it's
the first
something.
time.
Yeah, it's super cool, and I just think if it becomes something cool, if it doesn't, it's not gonna hurt my feelings. I've been
That
doing this.
mentality
That's the mentality you have to have. That's the
It
mentality you
is.
have to have.
My whole life. I've been playing games since I think my first system was a regular Nintendo. So I think me and C's are the same age. I turned 32 in 12 days actually.
I'm 29.
Yeah, so
Black's 29. I'll be 32 next summer.
Super Nintendo, pretty much. A lot of Super Nintendo. In fact, I have a Duo Retro still. It's
Dreamcast, boys.
yeah, Sonic lover, huh?
So I actually have my
Man.
GameCube set up, and I bought the part to be able to get it into my PC, like the HDMI.
Nice.
So I can stream GameCube. I haven't yet, but I've been searching for the Game Boy Advance attachment or Game Boy attachment for underneath.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing a lot of off market kind of scary things that I don't want to buy.
This is gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work, and I don't want to spend like over $100 on something that the console itself was only $200 when it came out, right? It's like, oh, I got to spend $100 on the part, but
Dude,
I'm like, that would be so cool to be able to play my Game Boy Advance games, because I'll be honest, as a kid, I couldn't really see that screen, and as an adult, I definitely can't see that screen. Like, it is way too dim. I have no idea how I ever played any games on it. I just want to be able to put it up.
Game Boy Advance, how they had like the attachment,
the light.
Yeah, you get a camera for it.
I have it.
Yep,
It doesn't do anything.
Like whole bases and everything for them.
Remember, I had the light.
I had the light.
I have a 5-year-old
Couldn't
brother, so I
see.
always got his hand-me-downs. So I remember getting that big giant brick, the old like light gray Game Boy, and played some regular. It was a Ninja Turtle game a lot on that game, and it was so terrible. But I'd still play it to this game. I need to find it.
There it is, boys.
I promise I didn't have
there's
this
that
stage.
light,
I
man.
promise I didn't have
Dude,
this stage. But
so much Pokemon Yellow played on that thing.
I just want to play backyard baseball on my GameCube on stream. Like I bought a CD-ROM attachment for my PC. I downloaded some stuff so I could run it. This is before I did a Windows reinstall, so I'd have to redo it if I want, because I have the PC version, but I also have a Game Boy Advance version, and I'd rather just do this so I don't have to download all that stuff on my PC.
That's sick.
Yeah, man, you have the same mentality I have. Tank,
I
and it's
streamed
awesome
for a
here.
year and a half before I went full.
And you went full, not like
it was not.
It wasn't by.
I didn't plan.
Yeah, it was kind of like, hey, here's my opportunity. Someone's telling me this is my opportunity.
He's new. He doesn't know. Last year I had brain surgery. Since that brain surgery, I've been having seizures and stuff, and I wasn't able to return to my nice job. So during my recovery, I was going mad because I used to work 8, 10, 12 hours a day, and that's when I would just stream. That's how I coped with it. And then my numbers started going like this. So I was able to do that and make that transition, and now was presented with an opportunity, and now I'm over here on Facebook, and I come up with a decision a little while back. I had to make a decision where I was going to stay, and I did choose Facebook. My numbers are not as good as they were on Twitch. I have never said that they're better. Some things are better, which is a discoverability factor.
Nice.
Just to be clear, though, when you say that, for anybody, because I don't want people to hear what you just said, Black. Excuse me. And all of a sudden, because you're pretty adamant about not ranking Facebook above, or sorry, Twitch above Facebook.
Well, I had to make a choice.
But
and
that
that's how I
comment
broke it
to
down.
some people would say that you were doing better on Twitch. But the whole point is, Black was on Twitch for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Facebook, he's been on for 6 months.
7.
7 months. So
yeah, going on 8.
Yeah, but so like that takes time to build that community back up.
And it does. But now there again, vast majority of my community did not travel with me. Vast amount.
Yeah, for the same reason.
I don't see these people until I either get tired and I don't want to go live on Facebook and mess up my schedule, so I'll go live on Twitch. And I'm just like, hi. and then I see tons of people I've never seen.
But when
in
you
like
but when you
6
see them,
months.
but when you see them,
They're not coming to Facebook.
right? Yeah, but so they. I mean, I'll be honest, Black. It was way easier for me to watch you on Twitch than it is for me to watch you on Facebook.
And that's fine.
Until they fix their mobile app, it's just way easier for me to watch anybody on Twitch. Like I can.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
That's the first thing. If I was over there, that would be my first piece of feedback for them. I'd be like, hey, I need to be able to pop this out, or my viewers need to be able to pop this out because they want to send a text message. They don't want to have to leave. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That's all. Like I want to be able to do a Google search while I'm listening to you.
Comfortability.
You can't minimize Facebook on your phone.
The app immediately
on iPhone it won't. It'll just put it in the background.
It's the same thing as I think YouTube. I don't think YouTube does it either. The YouTube app.
You can if you have Prime.
I was gonna say not anymore. YouTube doesn't do it. They used to do it, but now you have to pay for Prime or Red or whatever.
Yeah. Which is
that's what
lame.
I like it. I mean, I've always had Prime because of the TV shows. That's where Cobra Kai started.
Yeah, dude, badass show. I can't wait.
As soon as that come out, I got YouTube Prime.
Me and my wife actually have matching Cobra Kai shirts too.
Oh, that's dope.
She even has the Eagle Claw. She has a mug. She has both the Miyagi-Do, she has all three: the Miyagi-Do, the Eagle Claw, and the Cobra Kai mugs because she's a mug collector.
Nice. You got to find something that you collect, in my opinion, right? You got to find. You got to find that thing that you're like.
PC parts.
I can keep getting these, right? Like I can get these in every different thing, whether it's a comic book or whether it's a T-shirt or
I'm a knick-knack collector.
Oh, okay.
This was actually my grandparents. It was in their trailer when they traveled the country after they retired. It used to have a light post here with a big round clock on it, but it got broken. And he actually moves. He's animatronic. Yeah, it's super creepy, dude. You know, if you're on TikTok, there's that app where you can make like pictures have their eyes move and they look around. You can do that to this little dude, and it's very creepy. I also have this. My grandpa always told me that we were related to Elvis growing up. Not entirely sure the relation. I could ask my mom, but got Elvis.
Nice.
The pin.
Oh, nice.
And it's a collector's edition. There's just the 32,000th one of it. But I mean, I got stuff laying all around. This is from Hawaii.
Oh
Little dude playing a guitar because I like to play guitar.
My guitars are just wall art. I think I've told you that, Dang. They're just wall art.
Yeah, I don't like pumpkins. It just sits there.
This is actually from the Oregon coast. It was a recycled piece of wood from the coast. So yeah, it's freaking awesome, man.
Like I said, you got to find something that you collect, I just went through years of clothing that I have up in my attic.
There we go.
Nice.
It's the top of the pizza box. That pizza was so bomb. I was like, oh, I'm keeping that. I got all kinds of
I collect like literally everything that creates a memory with me, and that is man, that's the worst thing in the world.
That's the closest thing I had to collecting anything would be hoodies. That would probably be the closest thing.
You and my stepdad both, dude.
I have like my wife's closet, and then I have a closet, but mine is just full of hoodies. And that's it. Half the hoodies don't even fit me because I've had them since I was a kid. I love hoodies. I used to have a hoodie for all 7 days of the week when I was in high school, and like for a month, so I could wash all the hoodies as I went, and I could just start the month over. Dude, I love hoodies.
Yeah, I love them. If my room was cold, or maybe when the winter comes around, but I can't wear anything heavy in here. I just took a bunch of T-shirts and sweatshirts that I wore in high school. I just pinned them up. I'm gonna have to donate them. I'm gonna have to donate them because there's so many of them. I don't have the space.
My wife used to tell me I used to collect sweatpants too, which I did have a pretty big sweatpants collection, but I had an ex-girlfriend that took all of them.
Oh, let's go.
I was very mad.
This is one of my favorite things.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
I want to actually get this hanging up.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
That'd
be dope.
That'd be cool, and it would just like spin randomly because like wind.
Then you turn the green screen into stars
like
behind you,
the
bro.
lights. Hey,
Oh,
if you need a
man.
cutscene, I got
That
you.
would be so
You
awesome.
turn that green screen into just like the
I
universe
actually
behind
have
you.
been wanting to move my green screen at night. When my wife goes to bed, as you
Did
can
you
see,
buy
my
that
bed's
fabric
behind-
at Walmart?
I got it at Walmart.
Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
same green screen fabric.
Yeah, dude, it was so cheap. I was like, oh, I'll just
It-
buy some tacks and some green screen. And once
Dude,
when
that's
once
exactly what I
once the green screen's on, you can't even see this
You
tack
can't.
right here. You can't
No.
see it at all. So it worked for a long time, but at night I don't have such a great light, and I need to get some circle lights going on. But because I don't have a very good
softboxes.
light,
And trust me when I say, if you have the room, get a softbox. Because by the time you buy 2 really good ring lights, you can buy a cheap set of softboxes, and you really light up that green screen. You know, and
I got a
you can
wall
buy a
right
whole
behind. I
set
can
of
mount the
3.
lights on.
Oh, it's same price as 2 really decent, you know, ring lights, or even 1 Elgato key light.
Any
Yeah.
kind of light. I just need something that is gonna bright it because at night this gets all fuzzy. It just
Yeah.
doesn't look very good. I need a better camera too. I thought I had a decent camera, but
What's
I
a
guess it's 1080p.
softbox?
I thought I bought a 4K camera. It's it's not terrible, but it's a little. It could use an upgrade.
Oh, somebody was
Oh, yeah.
asking him what the softbox was.
Yeah, I don't have that much room.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that's massive. That looks like school picture shit.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys talked a little bit about Cobra Kai. And I know Black's a big fan. Dank, I don't know if you are, but did either of you
yeah.
see the trailer for the Batman coming out? Did you see that?
I just watched it.
I just watched it today as well.
So did
For
I.
the
It popped up
popped
on
up.
my feed.
Batman?
The Batman. Yeah. It's called
Yeah.
The Batman.
Oh, is
The
that
Robert
the one with
Pattinson one. Robert Pattinson.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been following it for a while. I didn't know that. Did the trailer just come out today?
It
I
just
think
dropped.
it came today because I saw
I
it
have
and
not
I
had a
had to
chance
watch
to
it
see
because
it.
I figured we might
Yeah.
touch on it.
The English version dropped today.
We-
Man,
I mean, there's nothing spoiler in there, but it seemed like it's going to be pretty good. Like, I didn't.
Well-
What, you didn't think so? You thought it was bad?
I thought it was horrible.
Really?
really? Okay, hold on. I
I'm
need to bring
I'm
this up
excited
real
to
quick.
see how they do it, but the trailer made me very disappointed.
Oh, not me.
'Cause
I was
as you
very
know-
into it.
I am an extremely huge Batman fan,
Oh,
I know you
nice.
are.
but that trailer let me down.
So, I'm actually gonna go.
I'm glad I did that. My fucking pillow was about to fly off. I hate when that thing
So
flies off.
so Black, what is it about it? Because like
What?
I watched it and I was
So
in. Like they had me in.
nah, the whole thing. What are you doing? That's not me.
That's my background on both of my monitors.
My chat just sees 3
Oh,
of me.
his background is the Joker. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I like Batman too. Big, I've seen all of them, I think. But Batman and Aquaman are probably the best DC characters. Flash is cool, but the show after the second season, it was just like a repeat with people in different roles. It's like it's like I'm gonna play this role
plainly
now. I'm
a
gonna be the bad
repeat.
guy.
And they added way too much supernatural.
Yeah. So I don't know. I lost it after
My opinion.
the second. I think we started the third season, and then we're like just can't even finish it.
I'll be
people have been
honest.
telling me to watch.
When it comes to DC, I am only, unless you remind me of something I'm not thinking of, I am literally only in it for Batman and all the villains of Batman, but Batman.
I
That's
think
it.
I'm pretty
Marvel's where
close
it's
with
at, dude.
you. I'm pretty close with you, Caesar.
Like when it comes to Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, all those other characters, Flash in the DC universe, I'm like, I'll take Marvel all day, every day.
Oh yeah, Marvel characters.
I don't think I'm that
easily
far behind
dominate
you.
DC.
Yeah, I agree.
Easily big fan of Marvel, dude. Way bigger fan of
Marvel
Marvel.
did a
than
good
DC.
job at their backstory.
Yeah.
Whereas
Oh, yeah.
DC, like with the Flash, yeah, he had a backstory, but like we didn't get to grow with the character.
I guess I'm not even saying
Batman,
like from a TV, movie, show, anything like that. I'm saying from
comic
like,
books
oh,
even.
okay. Yeah. I'm
No,
saying.
comic books, if you go back to the early Batman, you know, is all about the story. And with Marvel, it's always about the story.
Mm.
They're always building. DC was not like that with, you know, The Flash. No, they were not like that. They were like, oh, this is him. This is where he come from. This is how it happened. And this is what he's doing. He's just fighting all the time. There's never a progressive story.
So I will say one of the best stories in DC that I've gotten into, which is pretty old now, but it's Smallville. If
Oh,
you
yes,
guys watch
Superman.
Smallville, Superman, you know, it was great. The only problem was that they waited so long to start giving him the, you know, like flight he didn't get until like the 7th season or something, you know, something ridiculous toward the very end of the show, which it would have been so much cooler for him if they had all this stuff and then just built him trying to hide that shit, you know. But it was a really good show. The story went on great, and Lex Luthor was one of my favorite from one of my favorite comedies, and then watching him in Smallville was hilarious. It was sorority boys, if you've ever seen that. He dresses up as a woman and enters the sorority with what is his name, Harlem, the guy from Half Baked that they're trying to save.
I love Half Baked, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the name.
Yeah, but the guy that gets busted for feeding and killing the diabetic horse at the beginning, he's just baked.
You
know,
ever
he's
seen it,
like, "Oh,
Caesar?
Yeah.
And those aren't even my type of movies,
It's
but
the
they
Dave
were funny as
Chappelle. It's the
hell.
Dave Chappelle movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where he meets the love of his life, Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
I watched Medea's Haunted House or whatever, The Boo.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched it for the very first time yesterday.
Dude, the Medea movies get me, man. I don't know what it is about them, but they're fucking hilarious.
I'm not a fan of that style of comedy, but dude, I watched it and laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
It was good. And then I ended up watching the second one later on that night.
The serious ones I don't really care for them too much. I'm so much more into comedy and like kids movies. I love kids animated movies, man. They're freaking awesome. We watch all of them. In fact, we're trying to watch Addams Family hopefully tonight. The
The new one came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get. I'm getting bummed because my son, he's 20 months next.
Bacon.
Yeah, 20 months next week, and he's starting to like know what show he wants to watch, and
Dude, just wait till they can control the remote.
I want to watch the same one, you know, like he likes one, but I want him to always want to watch that one. I'll watch the same episode over and over again. I think it's cool. I think it's funny. But he wants to watch some other ones. I'm like, this is so. Oh, I don't want to watch.
Dude,
this.
my daughter
kids
knows
movies, though.
all the things. Like she knows where everything's at. Because Bubby will be like Paw Patrol. She'll be like Paramount. And then she's like, "Give me the fucking remote," you know.
I ask my son which app to go to when I'm.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I want to watch Miraculous.
I ask my daughter all the time.
Okay. Netflix, cool, got it.
I ask her all the time.
He's a genius, man. He creeps me out how smart he is.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
But then my daughter, my daughter had no interest in learning at all. By 4, my son had already known his entire alphabet. Obviously, he could count to like 100. You know, he's super smart and just knew all of his colors, which we were blown away by. Then my daughter comes along. She has no interest in learning the alphabet
That's
and
how my
learning
boy
to count.
is.
But she wants to color and she wants to draw and she has a huge imagination, whereas my son has no imagination, like at all.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
it's amazing how it's like that.
Night and day completely. She's going to be super creative and she's also really bossy and sassy. So she's going to be like the head of. She's been saying since she was like 2, she wanted to be a doctor who teaches, and I'm like, go for it. That is awesome. If that's what you want, I'm 100% behind you. If whatever she wants, I'm behind her. But
I don't know what this tells about my kid, but my daughter is a mouse and keyboard. My son is a controller.
Okay.
Like that, my son refuses to play a game on mouse and keyboard. My daughter will walk around in COD all day. My boy, he wants to go in the living room, turn on the Xbox, and just drive around. wants nothing to do with like, I tested theory because GTA, he doesn't like it on PC at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
Daughter, she'll play GTA, be good. He goes out there on the Xbox, he'll play GTA all day.
Yeah, and see, I've been trying to work on
I'm
that.
raising 2 girls, guys.
I got I got my computer last November, so it's been almost a year. And I'm not a stranger to computers. I've worked with them pretty much my whole life. I've always had a computer, just not something that was capable of gaming at decent FPS. So
Yeah.
so I finally decided to buy a computer. I've been Xbox forever, and going from games like Call of Duty and Fortnite and all the games that I learned how to play the game on a controller. It sucks because I've built this character that I get matched up with people that are of same skill level as me with the controller, and then I'm starting a brand new game basically trying to learn the mapping of my keyboard, and it's
Keybinds are hard.
yeah, dude. Like I'm still messing with my Fortnite one because I'm like, oh, now I can build a ramp. Sweet, now let's work on the next one, and then I'll get them all set up. And I'm trying to go, like, I'll play a few matches with the keyboard and a few matches with the controller and just alternate, and then that way I feel like I'm still getting somewhere every couple matches when I play with the controller and get a couple kills. It's like cool. And aiming with the mouse, I feel like I'm so much better aiming with the mouse.
Always.
It's just the building. That's the only thing on Fortnite that gets me is the building.
You'll find that in any game you play, no matter what. You're gonna feel like you're an aiming god, and you're just gonna be a movement bot.
Yeah, right.
Because I mean, that's just general. Everyone knows movement on a controller is way smoother. Everyone. It's always going to be because you have that complete access.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is
Oh,
nice.
so
my buddy actually has this. It's like a 10 key, but it's just like this. It's a 10 key.
Yeah.
But on the end, it has a wrist rest with a joystick, and so he can manage the joystick.
Makes
still have his hotkeys.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that's probably what he has is the Razer one. I was like, that's pretty cool, but
I couldn't do it. I tried
keyboard. I used to play with the keyboard growing up. I was
C's is like Walt
Disney fan. Like my original gamer tag, Dankest Dad, is only a year and a half old. It's not. It's a fairly new gamer tag. Until then, my gamer tag has been the same which it's still the same on my Xbox, since I was 12. RuneScape, I built 1-800 lick my 9, and my 12-year-old self made that gamer tag, and so that stuck with me through years of Xbox. And I never got banned, I never got reported, never had to change my name, which is incredible because of what that means. And it's tried and true, and it's been around for a long time. And at that point, I was going to change it eventually, but I was like, what am I going to change it to that's going to be as good as this?
It's funny because Black, he's in the Discord as Dankest Dad 710, but when I went to DM him today to see if he was, when I DM'd him, I DM'd that, and I was like, well, the pictures line up, so this must be him.
Yep. Yeah, I have to change my profile, like my name is when I join any new Discord, because it always pops up as 1-800 like my 9 still.
Yeah.
And I love that name. It's been a name for me forever, but I wanted to go to something when I started streaming, I was like, what? I want to be able to be available to the entire audience, and I don't want some parent to come up and be like, who are you watching? And they're like, oh, I'm watching 1-800 lick my 9, and it's like, nope, don't watch them. Because the parent's obviously going to know what it is, so I didn't want to run into that problem.
That is okay. So a lot of people would hate that I locked down my chat the way I did. And that is exactly why I explained it, just how you did. I would say, well, anytime someone's like, hey, look at this guy, my chat's gonna be right there. And if you guys are doing nothing but dropping F-bombs,
Yep.
I don't care if that's the only word that person uses. They're gonna be like, you know, they're just gonna have a feeling, and I don't want that initial feeling to be, fuck, that guy was good. Fuck, you know.
Yeah. Well, see, that's my problem, because I'm still kind of transitioning to realizing, you know, I forget that I'm on camera. You know, I'm drinking right now. But you know, I drink, and then I like to curse too. You know, especially
And
when I'm
I
playing
curse.
games.
Don't get me wrong.
But I'm starting to realize, you know, I need to reel it back just a little bit, because there could be, you know, 13. You know,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it too. At 13, had you heard the words everybody's
Oh
talking about?
yeah.
Of course. Go watch TV for 5 minutes. You can hear half the stuff that's being said.
Yeah. PG-13 isn't even PG-13 anymore.
No, man, you can say curse words in, like, I think you get one curse word in a G movie now. Like, it's insane. But when's the last time you saw a movie that came out that was just G rated?
I don't think ever.
There's some sort of reference to something in everything, because these kids movies, they also have to keep it entertaining for the parents, so they got to add that, like, innuendos every once in a while, just to keep us entertained as well.
Yeah, you
Not
guys
to
gotta watch.
pull our freaking hair out.
It's enjoyable. My wife, because she turns it down, or just for whatever reason likes to have caps lock on, or caps lock captions, closed captions on a lot of the time. Do that sometime and watch, like, when the character says something, or uh like, I find it funny when some words are okay to use and other words aren't, and I rate them at the same level, right? Um and then also pay attention to what the closed captions read, because it is really funny when they, like, type it in, or it's hilarious.
I've only had to ban, which, you know, I'm sure I will eventually ban more, but I've only banned one word and multiple different variations of that one word.
We
Just
all know.
because, yeah, just because I had one person come in and was making some comments, and I'm like, you know what? Nope. I was like, dude, banned so quick. Let that hammer down.
I would probably have at least between 25, 30 bands a week on my channel. There's no doubt in my mind it was that
That's
high.
insane, dude.
No
Yeah,
doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
I've
Caesar
been lucky
knows.
to have.
I don't fuck.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm pretty laxed. My thing, and what I always ask, because I play with Hoy, and Hoy gets bent out of shape with me when I, like, try to simmer him down a little bit. And I tell him all the time, it's not. It's just I don't like to be offensive in any way. Anything that can be considered offensive, I like, that's what I try to get out of my voice channel, at least. I mean, same thing with the chat, I guess, but, like, whatever words are being spoken, as long as it's not, like, offending someone. Like, if somebody gets offended because you use the F word or the B
they're
word
not
or
the type
something
of
like that,
person.
like, my channel
Yeah.
is for mature audiences. So if I want to get mad at the game and call someone a bitch, or
Yeah.
whatever,
You
then
just
I'm
want
gonna
to be a
do
normal adult playing a video game.
right. And
Right.
and people don't know this. Some people might, but I grew up in a household. It was no piercings, no tattoos, no cursing until after you're 18, right?
Yeah, my parents were the same way.
And
This is fake.
yeah, I
This
saw.
is not real.
I actually saw it, and
It's
I was
coming
like,
off
man,
finally.
what
Got
happened
another
over
one
the
right
last
there.
week and a half?
Mine's fun. No, my boy, his
So-
for Halloween.
So let
We
me
got
be honest though. Like, I don't care about others, right? And
Yeah.
I just grew up that way, and I never wanted to go that direction, like, of wanting those things, because it didn't fit my personality anyway. Those are permanent most of the time. Like, a piercing, I guess you can get to go away. A tattoo, you can pay more to get it removed. All that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, right?
Both
But,
of my
like,
ears are pierced as well.
right. But it's just like, I'm not that type of person to go that permanent route.
And
So
I'm
I
not
couldn't.
either. I'm too picky. Like, if something was off center and I noticed it down the road, I would have to pay to get it removed.
But
It would bug me that much.
exactly. But my thing is more the cursing
I feel
route.
you. I got
Yeah.
quite a few tattoos like
I
that.
ha-
That
I-
one that I showed you, it's trash.
I had a lot of friends mock me, right? Mock me for not cursing. Like if I slipped up and said a word, because you were hearing it, like you said, you heard it everywhere. If I slipped up and said something, they would like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, right? And this is when I'm in school, when my parents aren't around. Like it's not going to be a big deal. When I went home from college, like it was really hard because my parents don't really curse. Like I don't hear them ever. So when I went home, it was like, and I went and I became a sailor, right? Like I was 18 years. I got to college and it was just a boom,
What's
boom,
the
boom.
fuck up,
Yeah,
Mom?
yeah. Every single word was like, it was just bad, right? I was like letting it all out. Cause like I took 18
Dude, my
years of
dad to
hearing
this
and
day
knowing what they all meant.
smacks the fuck out of me.
Look, I remember
I
the
can
one.
do anything in front of my dad. It's my mom. I'm not allowed to curse. I'm not allowed to vape. I'm not allowed to chew. I'm not allowed to, talk badly about anyone. I'm not allowed to do shit in front of my mom. My dad beat the fuck out me. All right, I don't do it, but I can be in front of my dad. He don't give a shit.
So I have two quick stories, like very quick stories about specific times that this happened. But before I do that, Polar Knights popped into the chat and said, "Sweet Jesus, it's the perfect evolution of beards." By looking at our camera.
Just seen that.
Actually, Caesar, you saw just a couple weeks ago. I had a pretty good sized beard going. I hadn't shaved for 3 months, I think. It was probably about almost 2 inches long. It was a good sized beard. But my wife hated it, and I kept
Wait, is
telling
this
her as soon as I
rated?
hit affiliate, I would shave. And so I figured it out, how to hit affiliate as soon as possible to make her happy as well. So that's what I did, and now I've actually had a goatee and sideburns since like
Well, I was gonna say
8th grade.
what so the goatee without the
Mhm.
mustache. What, you just hate the mustache or what? Like what makes you get
Yeah,
rid of the
yeah.
mustache?
I don't like eating my hair.
Yeah, I
And
am right there
I
with
feel
you. I
that.
just have to trim it up constantly.
I trim the shit out of
Yeah.
mine, dude. And
Yeah, I have to
it's
trim
still,
like every day.
Yeah, I know,
yeah,
Black.
it's all just been goatee and sideburns forever. I've actually never had this long a hair. When I was a teenager, I had this long a hair. Not this long. It was probably about down to my chin. Right now, it's down to like here. So it's never been this long. But I started working at a dispensary in April of 2019, and I haven't cut my hair since then.
There you go.
So, and now I'm just like, I'm gonna let it grow out. And I was gonna let my beard grow out. My wife, I've been joking with her that I was gonna go full Duck Dynasty, and she's like, no, don't do that, don't do that, dude. And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna happen. And then when I finally started getting this beard, she's like, you're really doing it now, aren't you? And I'm like, yep, sure am. I'm getting this thing going as far as I can go. And finally, it just got to the point where I was starting to hate it as well, because I work a pretty manual labor job, and when you start sweating, it gets
Yeah.
so bad. Like you wipe your face, and it just starts getting irritating.
Yeah.
So finally, I was just like, shave it. This doesn't bother me when I'm sweating. I can wipe my face, and it's like perfect right on my chin. Right?
There
So
you go.
it works out, man.
efficiency.
Measured,
Exactly.
calculated, right?
Calculated as fuck,
So-
for sure.
So my quick story, you can rate them. You can tell me which
Breaking
one's
out
the
a protractor, bro.
yeah. You can tell me which
Hey,
one's the
that's
better
pretty
one.
good.
Hey, you guys have seen Major League, right? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
baseball
Yeah.
movie.
There's
Yeah.
a couple.
Okay, so Major League One.
Okay.
I imitated the third baseman Dorn when he comes up to Charlie Sheen after he found out that he, had an affair with his wife, right? And he comes into the game. It's the first he's gonna see him, right? And he comes up to him. He grabs the ball, and then he says some stuff or whatever, and then he goes, "Strike this motherfucker out." And I did that to my older brother when we were throwing baseball one time, and it was not pretty with my parents for saying that. I mean, I was
Oh, yeah.
early teens, maybe like 10 or 12, right?
Strike this
Strike this
motherfucker.
motherfucker out, I was like, what did you just say? And the other one, okay, and this one's probably funnier. You've seen Nutty Professor, correct?
Yep.
Okay. When he is trying on spandex, when he shrinks down that first time and he looks down and he goes, "I can see my dick." Yeah. That was the other time, and that was not good either. Let me tell you, I had to be even younger that time. That was bad. That was bad.
Here, I'll be right back, guys.
So mine were not as great of stories, not as cheerful, I guess. The first time my mom really heard me curse, which I grew up, like you were saying, I grew up in a religious family, until I was yeah, that is a dope image. Until I was like 11, my dad passed away when I was 11, and when my dad passed away, my mom remarried, and she remarried to my stepdad, who uses the F word like every 5 words. So it was going from a very like reserved conservative house to he just cusses all the time. He's mechanic and carpenter, so that helps.
Good trade.
As he smacks his hand with a hammer, he has to scream something,
Exactly. So the first time
Why
I
won't
actually
this tire come off?
the first time I remember my mom hearing me curse, at least, I was actually, he's in my Twitch right now. It's one of my buddies who's also a streamer now. Known him for like 20 years. I was gone hanging out with him doing stupid shit that I shouldn't be doing. Let's just leave it at that. And I'd been gone for days and days. And I was a teenager, probably 15, 14, 15, probably 15. And I had to come back. I needed a shower. I needed new clothes. It's been days, so I come back and it just went awry. It was not a good time. I came up, my sister was on the porch, and my parents had installed cameras, and they just so happened to be watching those cameras at the time when I rolled up on the porch.
No.
And my sister was like, "Oh, the parents they're pretty pissed off that you've been gone for so long." And I'm like, fuck them.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
even better.
yeah, after I said that, my stepdad immediately busts out of the front door and just grabs me and hangs me over our porch railing. And I had my skateboard at the time, and I hit him in the side.
Oh
And
my
I went
goodness. He was
running.
still playing
Yeah.
defense.
Oh, dude, I was good. I was gone at that point, and I was screaming like "F this" and "F that," and my mom, and it was just like the traumatic thing that happens at some point in everybody's life. I think with their parents, it was like the turning
For
point.
real.
Like, I'm not a child anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And even though I was 15, I was still a fucking child, man.
Yeah,
I was still
yeah.
a kid.
I heard I'm not a child anymore, but what I actually heard was Macaulay Culkin saying I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
can I
it's
come
so
in and
good.
get some
Great
food, please?
reference.
Can I come in and get
Yeah.
some food, please?
Bro.
So it was a crazy time. I did a lot of bad stuff. I was a bad teenager. I was a really good kid, and then my dad passed away, and I moved hundreds of miles away to be with and it was just something. It was a transitioning point in my life, and now I'm like, I look back and I'm like, man, I feel bad. I was a fucking little shit to my parents, and we get along great now, but it's because they realize I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm married. I have kids. I can take care of myself. I'll be fine, so they don't worry as much, I think.
Yeah.
But now I say whatever I want around my parents. My mom actually finally ended up getting tattoos herself.
Oh, wow.
Eventually, she's got shit. She had more than me for a while. I don't have a whole lot. I have this one that was it's a RIP. It's it's kind of hard to put in the camera, but it's a representative of my dad. And his memorial. I've got my Oregon tattoo, which this one was $13. It was trash. I got it from a place. It was Friday the 13th. I've got a big tribal cross on my chest. I have my wife's initial also fucked up because of my ring. I put it on too soon. I got my wife's initial there.
Do you have one of them moments with your parents that you were like, this is my moment? I am not a child anymore. Because I have one. Do you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've.
It doesn't even have to be big.
No,
it can just be like,
no,
we stared at each other and he fucking knew.
No, I mean, well, no, nobody knew.
Hey, there is a moment. You know the feeling.
No, this is more of like just frustration and anger, you know.
Mm.
But there are some things that I won't expose, so I'll keep that. I'm
Oh.
normally very transparent, you know that, but
You're
like in
fine.
respect for like
No, all
No,
good,
it's
dude.
that
all good.
emotion.
No,
Hey,
it's
I'm
all
But
gonna
what's
be
good.
yours?
right
What's yours?
back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Hey.
take
I'm
your
gonna go
time.
grab something to drink real quick.
He's still got his headset on,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll
Yeah, I
just
got my
keep
headset.
talking.
Yeah, you're good.
So, mine was actually not my parents. My parents realized it before me, as they should. I was 17. You know, I had money coming in. I was working in school. I was working at Subway. I was working at IGA. And I remember I didn't have anywhere to stay that night because my parents told me it's time. You know, you can go out. You know what you're doing. You're paying your own bills. You got your own car. You know, truck, whatever. You got this. You got that. You know, we already they hadn't yet, but this is what led to it. And I'll get to that in a second. So I was just staying with friends. Like every night, I would just stay at a different friend's house. I was
Couch.
just
You were couch
hopping.
surfing. You were
Yeah, I
surfing,
was.
surfing them
And,
couches.
And I mean, it wasn't a bad thing. You know,
No.
I was still doing everything I needed to do.
Kind of fun
and,
sometimes, you know.
And it was most of the time. We were just chilling.
It's your
Like,
friends who get annoyed.
Yeah. But like when I would alternate, like it got a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
better.
Yeah. They didn't. You got Chris
they're
this
like,
week.
this motherfucker's on my couch for a week. No. And then I had asked my dad, or I asked my mom. I texted her. I didn't, because it was like 1 a.m. in the morning. I just got off. It was a crazy night, and you know I didn't want to wake no one up. And you know I knew one friend's door was open, but his whole family was there, and I didn't want to like, because it does, dude. It's fucking, it's loud.
Yeah.
Thing's alarming itself. And you know, I went home because my mom was like, yeah, you can come sleep on the couch, you know, just be quiet coming in. Well, I woke up the next morning, my dad come out. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, what? I was like, I texted mom last night, and he was like, no, go. So like I left, and then, you know, I had a 98 lifted Ram at the time, and my dad come out. My dad is 5'7". So he's like, Christopher, I didn't know your mom and you texted last night. I'm like, nah, Dad, you told me to get out. I'm done. You know, I do not fucking care. I will never be here again. And that next day, he texted me and said, your mom's going to sign a lease for you so you can get your own place. Because I wasn't allowed to sign a lease. I was 17. Yeah. That's how
I actually never knew that. They moved out that early.
I did. My mom signed a lease, and I lived on, well, I'm not going to say the numbers, but I lived on Main Street there in Marissa for a long time. I lived there for almost 2 years. And then I moved into a house.
Oh, because it's nearby? Why wouldn't you say the numbers? Not that you live there now.
No, but it's still the first place I ever lived.
Oh, okay. So he uses that for his passwords, people. He uses that for his passwords. You heard it here first. Oh, he's always cooking up stuff. What's today?
Let's go.
All of Caesar's.
That's breakfast, bro.
Yeah, it is breakfast. It's some local bacon from the meat market, then fresh eggs locally grown as well. And then
Actually, there's a
those are
person in my
cinnamon
chat that
apple
knew me
pancakes.
back then.
But yeah, my wife made me dinner. It's been sitting out there for a while. She thought it was going to be done a while ago, so she made it a while ago. But
yeah, I don't think my what good. You have to be honest.
I was just saying, like, I do not hate my family for that. That was the best thing they could ever did. Because, like, I'm just saying, and I asked Dad recently, not like within the year, maybe a couple years ago. I guess I shouldn't have said recently. I asked him, like, you know, like, why did you honestly do that? Because I still felt like I didn't know. And he says, you just got off work, you come home. And he was like, you just come walking in the house. I'd never seen you as a man. And he's like, you just had to go. And I was like, why couldn't you waited 8 more months so I could have signed a lease?
Wait, sorry. You just got done working.
Yeah, and I'd come, it was like, I don't know, it was probably like 12:30. That was the average time I got off back then.
Okay.
And I had to get back up at like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but why'd he say he couldn't see his man?
He says he's never seen me as a man till then. That was his response. And I was like, okay.
Being responsible.
Wait, for signing the lease, you're saying?
Yeah. I guess.
So, but it was
It
their
was a
choice
weird
for
chain
you
of
not.
events.
That's my biggest thing, right? Like, I
Yeah.
feel for anybody who goes through like that, for whatever reason.
Oh, it
I
you know,
my
during the
parents.
time it was bad,
Well, I'm
but
saying
it's the best thing.
my parents. I mean, I don't think they would have ever kicked any one of us out. I don't know. Maybe we would have done something that would have warranted it, but I don't think they would have ever. Like my older brother, up until last year, was living there with his wife.
Oh, damn.
It, because like they were just saving for a house. Like
Oh, that's
they
not
didn't want to
bad.
rent, and
You got
That's
the
what I'm
room.
doing right now.
Yeah, you got the room. Ain't
that's
nothing
the
wrong with that.
thing. Like they were saving. They
This house right now with my kids. They bought a house and we ended up moving in with them, and
Hell
it
yeah.
works out because I pay. I give my parents $500 a month for rent, but $500 ain't shit. So we're able to actually save some money, and
right.
we're trying to buy a house.
I'll
We
be
want to
honest.
buy
I
our
don't.
forever home.
Right. I don't think my parents ever asked my older brother for any money. My older brother was
They
always
never asked.
very. Yeah.
It was just morally for me. Like
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to be like I want to feel like I'm holding my own.
My older brother would always
feeling
do the
not
grocery thing, right?
dominant.
He
Yeah.
would always do the
Buy all the
things that
groceries.
helped
That's nice.
out. Well, anything, right? Like always do the things that helped out. But anyway, it was just like a matter of, uh,
Time.
like I would move back in today to save some money. Like I don't mind. My wife would
Yeah.
never, but I mean I would. I
Yeah.
would like, hey, I
And
don't
being hit
care.
with
Yeah.
that fact, like
Yeah.
this brings up a whole nother conversation because Miranda, me, and my mom and dad actually talked about that. What happens if my surgery, because I was getting ready to have another surgery. Like I'm sure you heard me talk about that. They weren't sure. And we had actually contemplated us moving to Ohio and then me having the surgery in Columbus. And, me just living with them until they get my seizures and everything figured out. Because it could be a year. It could
Sure.
be, it could be however long. For the most part, I'm normal,
Yeah, but the
But every
seizures
once in a
hit. You
while-
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I hit the ground and start getting a little shaky.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
anybody
I
was
feel you.
wondering why
I've
we,
had a few seizures myself.
yeah, if anybody was wondering why we weren't live last week, it was because I texted Black and I said, hey, I know, because it was like I think that happened on Friday. Or
It happened on Thursday or Friday because I
Thursday.
didn't even stream.
He didn't stream. I knew he wasn't streaming. He wasn't doing his COD tournament that he always does on Saturday. And I texted him. I said, "Hey, if you're not feeling up to it, we don't have to push this. We'll back it up as long as we need to, kind of thing." And I know
And
Sundays.
I don't even think I don't even think I feel like I come back full force until about
Yeah. It was a couple of days.
yesterday or to the day
I watched
before.
I watched a little bit of your first stream, and I was like, "Dude, don't be
I
streaming
looked
right
like
now."
shit.
I was like, "Don't be streaming
I
right
felt
now.
like
Take a
shit,
break."
dude. It was bad. That they're starting to get harder and harder to come back, not physically, but like mentally. And I just the mental part of it all is just like I could take pain, but dude, that mental shit, that's gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said you said you've had a couple. Dang.
Yeah. So I used to drink monsters, like the BFCs, man, the 32-ounce
I
monster.
remember the
BFCs.
BFC.
Yeah, they were massive. I drank 2 or
Huge.
3 of them a day.
Holy.
And so I remember I just finished my second one, and I took a fat rip off a bong and passed out and had a seizure. Apparently, don't remember the seizure part, but I bit my tongue. It fucking hurt.
Damn.
And
You
I
hear
don't
that,
remember
kids?
most of my seizures.
Hear that, kids? Everything in
and everything
moderation.
trash.
Everything in
Yeah.
moderation.
I don't do caffeine anymore at all.
Really? None.
If there's caffeine in beer, I don't know, but I drink, like, I just bought soda for the first time in a while, and it was cherry 7-Up because decaf. My wife drinks
Cherry
coffee
7-Up, bro.
all the time. Yeah, my wife drinks
just had
coffee all the
some
time.
cherry
I just don't. I don't do caffeine myself. Unless there's a little bit of chocolate or whatever. I like chocolate every once in a while, but
Yeah.
not really a big soda drinker. I like beer and water and
Mm.
tea. Green tea. Green tea is freaking delicious. It's really good for your
Green tea is good.
metabolism and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and caffeine just makes it gives me really bad jitters.
Sure.
I don't like that feeling. Yeah. I love the taste of coffee. Can't drink it.
Yeah, I used to hate the taste of coffee. I mean, still, I'm like, I kind of mix a lot in, but I actually will sip a little bit of a black coffee now, and I'm like, okay, I can do
This
this.
is good.
But before I couldn't. I had to have sugar and cream. I mean, I still do. If I'm drinking a whole cup, I want sugar and cream in it. But I got the Mountain Dew Kickstart energy drinks because they were $1 and I get
Them
some
are
gas points.
decent.
They are good. I'm not gonna
And they
lie.
have the closable cap.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yes.
What's closable? I have a
The
can.
ones that are here
Okay.
are a can, but the cap slides.
Okay, mine's not that. Okay.
Oh, bro, I love it.
Yeah,
When I
that's
went to
sweet.
work, when I was working all the time, I would always get one on the ride home. Oh my god, because I could close the fucking cap.
Yeah, I'll be
That's
honest.
pretty
The Mountain Dew Kickstart, like, because I like Monster, but I don't drink the regular Monster. I drink the tea or the pink lemonade or the tea and lemonade or the peach tea. Like I drink like the flavored
Yeah.
ones. But these I've got they're like maybe 4, maybe more flavors, and they taste like it's like they have an orange. And honestly, it tastes like an orange soda. It's so delicious.
That's awesome.
It's like you're
That
drinking
sounds
that
good.
crush right now.
Have you ever tried the Monster Mochas?
No.
Or the Java? I love their Monster Java, but I had their triple shot Java the other day, and I about puked. That was a waste of $3.
Mm.
Waste.
Yeah, I mean, I dabble a little bit in energy drinks, but not on the daily. Like it's more like I have a long drive. I'm driving back to Pittsburgh 4.5 hours, and it just honestly, I can go to sleep as soon as I get there. That's not the problem. It's just something to keep me going while I'm driving. If I drank like just a
I don't
water,
even think they work for me anymore.
I would just have to go to the bathroom. Like it wouldn't do anything for me.
I can drink a Red Bull right before bed.
Yeah.
So the last time I had a Red Bull was like
I
4 months
started in
ago.
'98.
I went on a fishing trip with some buddies, and I was 4 hours from home, and we were up till like midnight,
Mhm.
1 o'clock in the morning, drinking, having fun,
Yeah.
and then we left at like 5 in the morning. 4, like I think we got up at 4 to leave by 5, and so we got like almost no sleep. We're out on the ocean all day. We get back.
Oh,
I
you
have
got
to
that
drive 5 hours back
sun
home.
sleepiness.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's another kind of sleepiness.
we killed it out on the ocean. Just if anybody wants to know, we killed it.
I need to clarify.
Yeah,
we killed it. It was a good day. We all hit our limit on crab and cod, and
Hell yeah, man.
dude caught this fat halibut as well. But so we finally get back. I have like a 4.5 hour drive home
Ugh.
after being out on the ocean, and just I'm exhausted. And so I made it probably an hour into my drive, and I'm going through these windy forest roads, man. It's just nothing. There's nothing to look at all. And it was starting to get dark too, which I hate driving at night. So I was like, I'm starting to doze off, man. I need to go get a Red Bull. And I just went and got one of the smallest Red Bulls they had, slammed it, and dipped home as quick as I could, man. Just I hate driving when I'm tired. I used to do construction. I'd drive 8 hours up to Seattle, and I'd get off work at 6 in the morning after working 8 hours at night. Get off in the morning, and then I have to drive through Seattle traffic and drive 8 hours home. There were times that I'm like, I don't know how I made it, dude. I should not have been driving some of these times.
I remember some of those
I'm going to be as like there have been a number of times
You just forget you're driving.
that I have fell asleep 1000% fell asleep while at the steering wheel.
Yep.
And like woke up and I was like, wait, how did I continue?
Died?
How did I continue?
I'm still in the lane.
I'm like, I'm in the lane.
I think
and
the
there's
same thing.
I mean, there's probably split-second bursts, right? Like I get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
I
it's
drive.
like your brain shuts down, but your eyes are still partially open, and it's just like oh shit,
Dude,
like
I did that so much on my last drive from Ohio. Like I made it there just fine, but I was coming back. Dude, it's one road the entire time, and it's 70. It's just that's one road to get from my house to my parents. And dude, I'm sitting there this whole time, and I'm like, And
45.
I don't know how long, but when I woke up, I was like, I ain't dead. This is bad.
It takes me about 40 minutes when I mean, I haven't been into my office in a year and a half. It takes me about 40 minutes without traffic. And outside of Philadelphia, even I'm not close to the city, but there's so much, it's just a dense population, right? There's so many people that it takes me about an hour to get home. And that's after a day's work, right? I sit at a computer, right? I work in IT,
Yeah.
but
That could be
it's just
tiring.
exhausting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like my body wants to go.
Mentally.
What's crazy? There are two things I think that I can name put me to sleep. Foreign lectures. So like my college, like they had foreign accents. They have the right accent. It puts me to sleep. Has to be the right subject and the right accent of the professor, and it puts me to sleep. It's beautiful. You know, it's beautiful. It just puts me straight to
Yeah.
sleep. And then driving home after a day of work, I'm like, I
Is
am.
it the tire
tired.
noise? Are we talking like
I have no
a
idea. When I
Dixie
get
Pack mud tire
when I get
or
home,
all terrain? Just fucking.
when I get home, I could I would love to go to sleep, but then I'm like, I can't go to sleep. But like when
Yep.
I'm in the car driving, it's like I can't stay awake. So you explain it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand.
Dude, I can put some Megadeth on or something, and I'll
Oh.
still fall asleep to some Metallica on the way home. Like, it hits the hard part in one on Metallica, and I'm like, yep, sleepy time.
Mine is How I
I'm
Met
good.
Your Mother because I don't have to watch it. I just close my eyes at night and I know what's happening.
I can fall asleep to Friends in that '70s show every single night of my life, and I think
I
I'd be
love it.
okay with. I'd be
Friends
okay
is
with
good. I have to rewatch that.
that. We have Friends on HBO Max, which
Is it?
we,
Okay.
we
I
actually
gotta
have.
go, man.
I have the box set of Friends and that '70s show, and we watch them.
Dude, he's like us, Caesar, but
actually, I
like
think
on the
right here.
opposite side of the spectrum. What is that? What is it? Caesar, you're not big enough. Is that a kitchen? Okay, what about the kitchen?
Not full built yet.
Wait, is that? Wait a minute. Are there gonna be? Hold up.
Is that the? Oh, it's the freaking Friends Coffee House.
Central Park.
Central Park, man.
It's only through two things are built. That's it. Only two.
Boom.
Nice.
That thing is.
I have to build the rest. So only Gunther and Rachel
Let's
are on there
go,
right
chat.
now.
Nice, dude. Yeah, we're.
I should
we're
have
big
put on my
friends. My
friend's
wife can tell you
sweatpants for
everything.
this.
Like, we've done so many quizzes and stuff on on Friends. Like, I think
Where
she
do
would
we
kill it. My
all
wife has
stand?
the best memory I've ever seen in my entire life.
Where do we all stand on The Office?
I haven't
No,
watched.
it's
I
all right.
have-
I watched it.
I haven't seen enough
Okay.
of The Office.
If you haven't
I would rather
watched it and really don't understand it,
No, I understand
I
it. I
suggest
don't like
to
the
watch.
humor.
Ah, dude, what?
I just don't like the
think
humor.
It's got its moments.
Like if you have to.
I mean, it definitely.
No, it's the
gets
same thing.
dull
People
at some
love
point.
Parks and Rec, but I'm not the. I don't like that that
Okay, I get it.
transition into the interview
it.
of the person
I
on the
made it
show. Like
6 episodes in on Parks and Rec and couldn't
It's
finish.
good. It's
Can't
good.
get in-
I
just
like
can't
that
get into it.
comedy then.
Yeah, I
but
just can't get into
I don't
it.
know what type it is, but I want more of it.
I'd rather
Hear
watch.
that,
I'd
Netflix?
rather watch Workaholics than
Workaholics was best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I liked
I'd watch
Workaholics.
I
Wait,
was.
yeah,
I was Anders for Halloween
that's
one
the
year.
one with all the stoners and
Nice.
stuff, and then they're
I was-
always doing a really
Yeah, they're
bad
like-
at their job.
They're actually all
Yeah.
best friends too. Like
real
Yeah,
life,
they made
yeah.
that movie together
yeah.
too.
Yep, game over.
Game
Game
over.
Yeah.
over, man.
That was
Game over,
good.
man, yeah.
Game over, man.
It was I think I watched the movie. I know I watched the movie all the way through. That was funny as shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I finished Workaholics, but I know I watched it and
I
I
haven't
loved it.
finished Workaholics. I know that.
It was funny.
Yeah, no,
I
I
haven't even finished like Rick and Morty, dude.
I
I
haven't.
gotta catch up.
I've never gotten into Rick and Morty. Not gonna lie.
I watched the first
Mm.
2 seasons. Haven't finished. I have so much stuff on my list, and now that I'm working and streaming,
Yeah,
like,
you give up
I
TV.
just don't. Yeah, I just don't have much time for it anymore, and I'm trying to make it so that I'm just trying to work out my schedule so
Don't
that
you
I've
wish
got
you could
time.
stream the TV and watch the TV with people and just chat with them about it. Wouldn't that be the
So,
best?
do you
I
guys
was
remember on
just
Xbox
talking
back
about that.
Netflix way back in the day used to have Xbox Xbox on Netflix on Xbox. Slow down. Netflix on Xbox. You used to be able to join a party with your friends, and it would give you like this theater setting, and it would show your characters in the audience, and you would watch the movie together or the TV shows together. Which bring that back, Netflix. Like we need that. We need that
I would
party. Like
love
let's
that.
But
watch
you can do
movies
that.
together.
You can do that on Twitch with Amazon Prime Video, but
Prime.
they have to have
Oh,
Amazon Prime
They
Video as
have to have
well.
Prime.
But you can
Well,
set
so
up a
you-
watching party and you can watch it.
All I
Well,
know
you can
is
just
Discord
stream
needs
in
to get on their
Discord.
game because someone's watching Free Guy with me later. So
Oh, bro, I just watched that like 2 days ago.
I did too, and he was like, "Dude, I've been wanting to watch it so much." He's like, "But I don't have the money." I was like, "Neither do I. We'll meet up in a Discord call."
Yeah, it's Free Guy
It
was
was
freaking
funny
hilarious.
as fuck,
and
though.
yeah,
I
it was good.
loved it.
It was good. They did a good job for sure.
Oh, and I love romantics, bro.
Oh yeah.
Loved it.
No, you love
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, bro. Like,
Shush!
what do you mean?
He has the perfect ass.
Like, what do you mean?
Yo, he just got a TikTok too. He just started.
I
Yeah, his TikToks are
know.
good. His TikToks
Just-
are good.
Yeah, they're freaking him. The one with him and Will Ferrell was freaking hilarious. But that stupid song, man, it's been
stuck in your
my
head.
head, and now it's stuck on like everybody and their mother are doing that song on TikTok. So my wife is big into TikTok too. I've made a few, but I usually just go on and just scroll and scroll and scroll for like 2 hours.
I love
But,
the TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's freaking awesome, man. I love that. I hated it. I hated it at first. I hated that everybody's like, "Oh, you got TikTok?" No, I don't have TikTok. I got Facebook.
I was too.
Like, what do I need?
No, I
And-
still hate it.
And they're like, yeah, this is you
I
just
use
now
it.
look
you
at
just
him.
scroll through like 30
I-
second videos.
I have gotten Caesar to like.
No,
I
I
am the
use it.
reason
I
he
use
watches
it, but I hate it
Yeah.
because, like,
I am the reason.
look. I hate all
I remember
social
getting
media.
messages,
I
and he
know.
goes, I can't believe I'm still scrolling through this fucking app.
I know this is gonna be weird for people that see me like content creating as a hobby at night, but I literally hate all social media at this point because I find myself just like
Tweeting out everything.
Let me be very clear for everybody here, okay? Some people have this, not everybody has this. Most people have one account on all your platforms. I have 3 accounts on all my platforms, right? I have my personal
Why
account, I have
3?
my Caesar account, and I have a Dad Club Gaming account, and I keep them
Oh my
all going.
God.
Now, keep in mind, I don't really post to any of those, but all of those get notifications. So I go and look at all of those notifications, and I do it
Why did
all day
you?
long. It's annoying. I wish
I just don't have 3. That's
Listen.
crazy.
listen. You know this. I've been building this like rapport of just being somebody who goes live. Once I can successfully obtain that as like an expectation, we'll be fine. Like I just want to be the guy who goes
I
live.
miss that from Twitch.
I just
I
want to
really
go live.
do.
I don't want to have to post here and post there. Hey, guess what? Just like watching a live sporting event, okay? When they can't
Oh,
show
I'm-
you a recording, if you weren't there to see it live, you don't get to
Watch
see
it.
it. You gotta watch it live. What are you
Mhm.
gonna say? What are you gonna say, Black? What are you gonna say?
Oh, you mean like one place where you can not only post when you're going live, go
No.
live there
No.
and make your little
No,
TikToks.
no. I don't want to make
He's like,
any of
this is
that.
a perfect
No, you're not
spot to-
understanding. No,
and
it doesn't.
put in
no.
the comments or make a post.
No.
Oh,
Name
dude,
drop.
one place, one
No.
place.
No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding. Those are actions. It doesn't matter. Those are
Facebook.
all actions. Those are all actions I don't want to do. I just want to go live, talk to the people while I'm live, be a live TV show that you cannot DVR and people will have
He
to
doesn't want
watch
to
it
deal
then.
with comments or nothing like that.
Oh,
Exactly.
he wants to be that guy.
Exactly.
A
I
fucking
just
douchebag.
created a second Facebook specifically for if people want to follow me, they can follow my other Facebook because I wanted to keep my personal and public kind of separate. What I'm finding though is I don't I've never been one to really post on Facebook. Like
Right.
if I do, it's a funny ass meme that I saw somewhere, and that's very rare even that I do that. I go on. That's why I like TikTok because I go on Facebook and I just sit there and scroll and look at what everybody's doing and watch stupid videos. And it's like that's what TikTok's all about. I can just do that for hours. Never
Listen.
really been one to just post my everyday, like, I'm drinking a Pepsi, like, oh, Rogue Colossal Claude is the best beer ever.
I just took a
Everybody
shit.
should have it. Exactly.
And
You
the
know, I'm not.
toilet
I'm not.
Don't
paper
judge my
and the
posts.
toilet paper ran out. So
Right.
I had to yell for the wife to get me toilet
I
paper.
do that all the time.
Mhm.
I'm literally made a TikTok.
Look,
They did that.
I was not
I was
in
spinning the
any
roll
way,
and then
shape,
I
or
just
form.
Miranda.
I'm in no way, shape, or form taking away what makes other people happy. I'm saying none of what that I just stated is what makes me happy. I would prefer to just, hey, if I had ran out of toilet paper while streaming live, then you would know, and like that's when you would know. You know what I mean? That's fine.
How would we know?
Because I'd come back and I'd tell you, hey, I ran out of toilet paper. I had to yell for toilet paper. But it all happens live. I don't
But I
want
get what you're saying. That you just want to hit that live button. You're like, fuck it. You come, you come. You don't, you don't.
you hang out with me, and you know
That's what
it.
it's about.
But no, you have to do a Twitter post, and it doesn't have to. Even if I was on Facebook, I would have to make a Facebook post or make a clip on Facebook. It doesn't matter if it's all in one place. It's just the action of having to do this.
I agree. That's a lot of time. It really is.
It is a lot of
think about
time.
it. That's like
Which is
30 minutes.
which is just a hobby
Yeah.
for me. Just a
Yeah.
hobby.
I
Yep,
agree.
same.
Not.
I set aside 2 hours out of my day to do that because it sucks.
Okay. Here's a good comment for you guys. Right. I know Black watches occasionally. Dank, I don't know if you watch Nick Merckx, right? But if you're into Call of Duty and that kind of thing, or at least know, I mean, Nick Merckx he's up there on the list, right? And he just signed with Twitch, so he's going to be even further up that list, right? He actually he posted on TikTok a clip of him saying it during his stream, but he just decided that he was not doing YouTube intros anymore. He was done, or at least for now. He said not that he'll never come back to him, but he always does a "What's up, YouTube?" Blah 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 blah
Because
blah blah.
he's not allowed.
And that's not what he said.
Dude, whatever.
Okay.
I bet you.
No, he can still post on YouTube. He just can't do the
No.
intro.
Yeah.
Why would he not be
What's up,
allowed to do that?
YouTube?
Yeah, why would he not be allowed to do that? Post on YouTube.
Because he records them on stream. Have you never watched him stream?
No, I have, but I'm saying he can do that off stream. He said he did it half an hour, bro. You listen. Don't take my story and
continue the
twist
story.
it, okay? Don't take
Continue
my
your
story
story.
and twist it here. Twist your nipples instead, okay? I was just saying, like he was saying, it takes him half an hour to do his intros, and he was doing too much. He wanted to just get back into what he was enjoying doing, and doing that just wasn't, they were just going to do it without it, even though his intros are usually pretty funny and pretty good. And to be honest with you,
That's what I go there for.
I don't want to watch the rest of his clip, because the rest of his
I
clip
don't
is
either.
something.
I skip through it.
It's something I could have watched when he was gaming. Like I could have
Yeah.
watched while he was live.
I skip through it until I see what I wanted to see.
Yeah, exactly.
After I hear, "What's up, YouTube?"
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is what it is, That's why Black ends every one of his with, "Thank you for letting me do what I do." Fucking bullshit.
Hey, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt.
I mean, it's real.
You
It's just
hear that,
bullshit.
guys?
It's like filler at the end.
end of every single one of my streams, I say, "Hey, thank you guys for giving me the ability to do what I do every single day." All right. Normally, I pause in there because, like, I'm rating someone and it takes a minute. But yeah, it does take a minute on Facebook, like literally
I am
60
just-
seconds.
Busting your balls. Just a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, Mister, I don't want my balls busted today.
You already
Just hit me
did
with
that.
a ball buster.
You already did it. You already did it multiple
No!
times. Multiple times. Oh man, good times. Good times. So what?
My wife texted me and she said, "Hey, just wanted to let you know I popped in the stream a couple of times. I don't know who the guy at the bottom is." That's
Hi.
Wait, what?
I'm Dangus Dad.
It literally says Dank is dad right underneath his name. At least on
I
my
know.
stream, not on your stream.
It does on mine. I have my tags on,
Oh, okay. Then he's
so it
he's there
shows
too.
each one's name.
Is she supposed to know
I-
who these every
I
people
also
are?
had someone comment earlier. I should have said this a lot earlier. It was, "Hey, love the cannabis oil reference in his name. Not only Dankus, but it's also 710 at the end, which
Yep.
equals oil."
It's oil upside down and backwards.
And so
Yeah.
that was actually I'm glad that came up, because that I had that as a question earlier, like when we were talking, and then conversation went. I was like,
Yep.
"What's the significance of 710?" But
Yeah.
that makes sense. Got it.
Yep. Yeah, and Dankest Dad. Growing up, we always used to refer to our weed as being dank. So
Yeah, I understood that reference, but I didn't get
so
the 7-10 thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got
I
that
was
either.
the dankest, and now I've had an affinity for picking really good, really good gamer tags. In fact, one of my buddies, he's had his gamer tag for a very very long time. He was trying to think of he was trying to join the Great Clan, so it was the Great whatever. And I told him, well, why not the Great Bong Hit? Like you smoke a lot of weed, just perfect. And he's had that. Adam, how long have you had that gamer tag now? Post that up in the chat. But yeah, he's had it for probably probably more than 10 years. He has tried changing it a few times right now.
Toothless terror. 13
Right now,
years.
13 years. Yep, he's the Toothless Terror right now. Which I think he said he was going to switch back to the Great Bong Hit because the Toothless Terror, which I'm pretty sure I made that too. I made the Toothless Terror as well. Yeah. So, yep. But just I felt like Dankest Dad was a good one to go with, and I smoke quite a bit of weed. I won't smoke on stream. If you guys want to go watch the Toothless Terror, he will. But
I've
I
watched
am in a
some
legal
people.
state, and I'm not
Right.
technically breaking terms of service. But I don't smoke inside, especially with my kids and stuff.
Sure.
So we quit smoking cigarettes 6 months ago, and eventually, I don't want my kids to even know.
How was
I
that?
don't care
I
if
was
they know
gonna
that I
say
smoke weed.
congrats, because how was that?
Oh, it was
I know quitting smoking can be very difficult for some people.
so for me, honestly, it was one of the easiest decisions that I've ever made. I've tried to quit so many times, and it was so hard. I tried Chantix, I tried the patch, I tried so many things, many
Cigarettes?
times.
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
cigarettes.
for cigarettes.
Oh, dude, it
Uh,
was easy.
and then back in April, I had a guy. I was working at the dispensary. I was managing, and I had a guy that was a good friend. He was going to start work on Wednesday. I just hired him. On Sunday, he was at our store mowing the lawn, and he had a heart attack and a seizure and
Damn.
died out in the front lawn.
Damn.
And having to watch that, I had to watch the footage and send it off to corporate and stuff, which was terrible. Having to, watch your friend through that, basically, and it was just a real bad thing. We had customers come by, like you could literally see two people walk right past him as he's obviously struggling to survive on the ground, and they just came in and they was like, "Hey, there's a guy out there laying in the ground," and his girlfriend was working at the store too, and so she went
Damn.
running out. I wasn't there at the time, but I had to go back, and she called me panicking. I hauled ass to the store, picked her up, took her to the hospital, and they found out that he had passed. And then because of it, they said that he had been experiencing heart issue or like chest pains because of smoking, and the doctors were like, "Oh, you just smoke, so that's probably just what it is." And when I heard that from his mom, I was like, you know what, I think I'm done, and I quit cold turkey. And after 16 years of smoking cigarettes, I haven't smoked one 6 months now. So
Wow.
yeah, it was one of the easiest decisions, and my family is riddled with heart disease. We're Portuguese family. We like to eat, man. We're big family. We like to cook. We like to eat. I showed you we have our own cookbook, our own family cookbook.
Yeah, he's a family
That was
cookbook,
published.
Black.
That was published for our family, and
Want
underneath
to
it,
share?
yeah, dude, I shared up in
Yeah,
Caesars.
it's in
I
Dad
shared
Cup
my
Gaming.
If you
grandmother's
don't
fucking
know,
clam
the
chowder
secret lab
recipe, man.
city is triple XL.
So, we like to eat. We like food, and
This
we
is
all
why
have
you get
real
the
bad heart
triple
disease
XL
that
though.
runs in the family, and sleep apnea and stuff, which is usually weight related stuff.
That's
I'm
awesome,
not
though.
sure.
I mean,
This is why you
Oh,
get the
they're
triple XL.
still in the water filtration room.
it does.
Uh,
It's.
so
I'm,
yeah, it
I'm
was pretty easy
like I'm
to quit.
sorry for your loss, right? Because
Yeah.
you had to go through that, but it's good to hear that it yeah, yes, the parents. it's good that it
Yeah.
helped you to like, I guess, motivate off of it, right?
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
That
pick and
was
choose my words.
Absolutely.
so
I don't, you know.
I picked the absolute worst time in my life I think to ever quit smoking cigarettes. Like if I was ever going to be stressed out, it was as soon as I quit smoking cigarettes. Right after I quit, about a week and a half after I quit, my grandma died, which I was
Oh
really close with.
man.
I was named after her husband, and she was, she just lived right down the street from here. It was a very heartbreaking thing, and we lost that. And the first thing that I wanted to do is just smoke pack after pack after pack. I was stressed out like crazy. And then not 2 to 3 weeks after that, my mother-in-law also passed away. So it
Holy.
was like we dealt with Kyle's death, and then right as soon as we even get a chance to breathe, my grandmother goes, and we have to deal with her and the funeral. And as I'm at the funeral for my grandma, we get a call saying that my mother-in-law is in critical care. And so we're driving 3 hours every day, 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and staying in hotels, and just we didn't even have a chance to breathe for like a month and a half, with everything that was going on. And so quitting cigarettes at that time was like the worst. But it was like, if I can make it through all of this shit,
Yeah.
I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. My mom smoked for like 30 years, and she finally quit, and she quit like 10 years ago. And my brother smoked, and he quit they both quit off of Shantix. My stepdad's never really smoked anything in his life, I don't think, but uh, I just grew up around it all the time. All my aunts and uncles smoked growing up, so I was just used to it. It was a normal thing. I thought that's just what people did. You see it in movies, especially too, movies and TV shows and all that. It's like, oh, it's whatever. Surprisingly, nobody in my family's died of like lung cancer
Yeah.
or anything like that. But they all have like cardiac issues. It's all heart related and sleep related. So I'm trying to break the cycle and try and, I don't want my kids, I'm hoping that I quit early enough that my kids will just not even remember me ever smoking a cigarette.
It's interesting. I think my mom has told
There's one
me.
right there.
Scared the
There you
shit
go.
out of
Look
me.
at this. Yeah.
I was
Come here,
like
Isabel.
really focused on him, and then like all of a sudden, just wham, look like a Libra.
Come here.
Look at that. Just went off my screen on her.
Yeah. Crazy.
They know,
Hello.
man.
My mom, I think she smoked before she had kids. But I never, like, cigarette smoke grossed me out.
Yeah.
I
Like
hated
it
the
like
smell of
grossed
it.
me out. Like, so I
I
never.
started because I thought
I
it was cool.
Yeah.
I started smoking because I was drunk as shit at one of my friends' parties, and then he was like, "Hey, you want a cigarette?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was just a thought. It wasn't even a thought.
Yeah, I just never. Now cigars, I would smell those because I worked on a golf course, and like a lot of time those smelled good because they had
Ooh,
flavored ones.
Yes.
But
Yeah. So the first time I ever smoked a cigarette, I was 11 years old. It was right after
holy
my dad died.
cow.
We were sneaking little half-smoked cigarettes out of my parents, and this
The
this kid
ashtrays and shit.
this kid that I grew up with, his mom was always gone. She basically, I would go over to his house and we'd do whatever we wanted because she was always gone, and his dad was never around. So
I think your daughter and Black's daughter are gonna be streaming together one day because
My daughter's ready.
and his daughter is just
Oh,
making
she's so ready.
faces the entire
oh yeah,
time.
she's so ready. Come here, Isabel.
Dude, if I could have, like, if this was set up, like, to where these people could talk to my daughter, like, through a headset with a mic, dude, she would own the camera. She would be here until she would pass out, and then she would wake up and be like, "I don't need food. What's up, guys?" She's
My daughter's
crazy.
not shy at all. Do you want to say hi, honey?
Now, my boy, he'll come in here and be like, "What up?"
Yep. My son
I don't know.
would probably come in here and just stare at himself. He's so vain.
Oh, dude, they always stare at themselves.
Yeah.
Dude, the vain ones do. My daughter's the same way.
Yep.
She'll be like, "Oh, look at me. I'm so gorgeous."
Mm-hmm. And see, for me, I'm like, they're so right. Like I made some
She is. She's my
damn good
girl,
looking
boy.
kids, man.
I fucking love my daughter. She's as gorgeous as ever.
Yep. Yeah. It's all
And
my
now I'm
wife.
having another one. Fuck.
You can see this mug. I'm an ugly mug. You should see my wife, man.
Oh,
That's
dude.
where the kids get it.
Definitely ain't my ass. I look like Minecraft.
He looks like Minecraft.
You need
Why
that
you
chair,
think I
Black.
keep the double chin, bro?
Black, you need that
Bro.
chair.
What?
You need
Oh,
that
the
Minecraft chair.
Yeah, you want me to email my guy?
Yeah, you should get your Minecraft chair for you.
Oh my god.
Trade in your Batman one for it.
Hey, for real though, if you guys are looking to get some Secret Labs chairs, I am officially affiliated with them, so you're more than welcome to use my link. Get 10% off.
I'm going with Respawn.
Working with this
You
nice
fucking
Walmart
sellout.
chair.
Sell out over there. Secret Labs for the W, boys.
Wait, why is that a sellout? Like that would indicate that I'm
some bullshit,
but that would indicate
bro.
that I am getting something for doing it. I would not be, you know.
Wait, are you lying?
What?
Are you bought a gaming chair?
What's the problem?
Did you really buy a Respawn?
No. But if
Oh my
I
God.
chose to, why would that bother you?
Because it's just like a half-eaten chair, bro. You might as well buy the cheap ones off Amazon.
Listen to me, bud. Whichever one
Watch him say,
customizes,
"Oh, never mind."
Your glasses are crooked.
whichever one
Okay.
customizes my chair, they will get my
Yeah.
business.
Oh my god.
Say hi. Say
Yo,
hi.
Nick. Hi, dude.
This is so when we started these, I did have the idea of a kids corner at some point
I want to do
happening,
it.
but it'll maybe one day.
So today is
make a
my
love
day
progression.
of the week that I stream. Are you stealing my bacon?
He was all a distraction. He was a distraction. He said, "Hey, will you get the
I
bacon?
can-
I'll distract Dad."
I could feel her behind me stealing my bacon. That's how good I know. Like I know my bacon's being stolen. Bacon is life. So that's probably why my family has.
But I was gonna
why
say you
my
mentioned
family
that.
has our problem.
You mentioned it, and I'm like,
Alright,
yeah,
let's
that's
go.
probably why you're eating a lot of bacon.
Yeah, it's the easiest thing I have right now to throw in my mouth while I'm streaming.
Hey.
So
Listen, you don't gotta convince me. I have high cholesterol, and I just can't seem to diet the appropriate way.
I have frequent seizures and I take a lot of medication.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it I don't know, man. I could feel them just like you know how you grow up and you're like, damn, how did my parents know that I was doing that? They got eyes in the back of their head. It's like, yes, we do. And once you become a parent,
bro.
they just like grow. They slowly grow.
It's weird.
And they get bigger and bigger, and eventually you can
Them
see
little
it's
hairs
like
on the
the
back of your
all-seeing
neck.
eye on the back of your head, and you're like, it's like, what are you doing? I can smell you doing something wrong 3 rooms
Dude.
away.
It's like an ear itch, bro. It's like,
Yeah, dude.
It's like Sophia. That
Your
fucking
ear.
Mason, little fucking bastard. Where are you?
Yep.
Fucking terrorizing your sister. She's
Oh, yeah.
fucking twice your height.
And see, mine just like shut off and turn around and go hide in the back when my wife is home. Like when it's us. Like right now, I know she's got him taken care of. I'm like, I'm not even gonna think about what's going on in there. The reason I stream, I stream pretty late, which I want to start streaming a little bit earlier just so that I can hit the East Coast. But the reason I stream so late is because I work and then I come home and we do dinner and I get the kids to bed, and as soon as I get my son to bed, my daughter's awake until 2 o'clock in the morning. But
you
as
got
soon
that
as
UK audience too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
get them.
I get home, I do
PM.
all this stuff, I get on my stream, and as soon as I'm done streaming at 10 o'clock, 10:30 my time, I'm still up for like another 4 hours. This is like my time where I have quiet time, away from everybody, away from the kids, away from any kind of distractions, where I can just go and kill some zombies and I don't got to worry about anything else in the world. That's why I like gaming, is because it just takes you It's like I have so many responsibilities in life and just all that stress that you deal with every day. But then when I sit down here and like when I'm talking to you guys or when I'm, streaming, just playing games, talking to my viewers, like this is the time that I have to myself to reconnect with my own self as well. And just realize, it doesn't always have to be stress and go, go, go,
Sure.
go. You can slow down and have some fun and enjoy yourself. And that's why I did this. And if other people want to join up and start watching and have some fun, enjoy themselves as well, then who's to say they can't? I encourage it.
Yeah, you started playing Back for Blood. Black, you were playing Back for Blood the one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on it right now, man. My buddy actually messaged me, Toothless Terror. He messaged me right after this interview started and was like, "Hey, you trying to play some Back for Blood?" Like, nope. I'm actually in the middle of an interview. He's like, "For what?" I'm like, "Come watch and
Yeah.
find out."
I love it when people Black. He's not the first person who has called this an interview, which is interesting. It's like I don't know how to like.
I said interview today
Did you?
before I started.
But I don't know
I
how.
said
Like,
I said it's sort of like an interview. We get someone to come in, and then
You just don't have
we
preloaded
just start
questions.
well,
talking.
no.
Just kind of shoot shit.
Yeah. So like, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it if people interpret it that way. It's like it's not how I like want it to
We're
come
all
off, though,
interviewing.
right? It's just
How
like
it
it's just
sounds.
like a conversation, and it just happens to
Oh,
be like,
Teaser and I learned shit from each other that we didn't know.
yeah. Like I didn't know
beforehand. Like,
Black was at his house at 17, right? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This. I like to focus most of the conversation around our guest driving the conversation as best as possible, just because me and him do this every week or try to. There was my cat. Look at her. My Halloween decoration. But like, I don't know. I get why people. You're not the first person to say interview, but it's like
Mm-mm.
that scares me a little bit because I'm like, I don't want people to think, oh, I don't want to be on there because it's an interview. It's like, who am I to interview you? I'm nobody. I am just having a good time, and I'm an extrovert trapped inside during a pandemic, and I honestly just want to talk to people that I would have had no opportunity to meet lately.
I
Like,
think that's part of the reason why I did this as well, is because I'm such an extrovert that I moved so far away from where I grew up with all my friends and stuff. I don't have anybody nearby that I can really go and hang out with. So this is how I hang out with people, and I enjoy it a lot. I don't have to go anywhere. I can drink at my computer and then go lay in my bed behind me.
yeah,
I
no, I
don't gotta
mean,
worry about getting in trouble or nothing.
it's very similar to like why I'm doing it. I very easily could play. I mean, I play video games with I have done it all most of my life, right? Playing with the same 4 people, every day, 5 people, whatever, 3 people, whoever. Um
Mhm.
and I could do that
Yes, you play with
now.
Hoy and Plum
I
a lot.
so I play with so Hoy went to high school with me. He was
Yeah.
actually our
I was just
first
about to say, Hoy.
He was actually our first guest on here. He's
I
not my
loved him.
friend, but we went to high school together. Um,
I
but
got a few of those.
but
Hmm.
Hoy and I, he has a permanent spot. But Hoy used to get booted for my other like permanent squad in Fortnite until they switched to Warzone, and I just never really got into playing Warzone, that as much as they did. So Hoy would get booted. Like I'd be playing with Hoy, and then because he started playing Fortnite before me, and I would play with Hoy, and then it'd be like, okay, those guys are on. I'm gonna go. And I mean, Black was part of that. I had to kick Black a lot of times. I'd be like, okay, I'm going. I'm going to play with my normal squad because I like doing that. And right
I
now,
got backups, little
yeah.
bitches.
Well, you had other
Back in your
people. I
hive.
was a backup
Back
at
in your
that point.
hive.
But right now, like it's Hoy, and that gives me 2 spots in Fortnite to kind of rotate through people. But Hoy makes a joke sometimes because of Plum, right? He said, "Oh, when's Plum?" He put a command in there, Plum for perma spot, and he's like trying to get people permanent spots in the squad. It's like at some point, I like that idea of that, like, but I worry for the people who are looking for people to play with. They're having fun, obviously, even if it's like every other game or every third game they play with me. Like it gives them somebody to play with. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Because otherwise they're gonna sit playing with nobody. You know, and like
Yeah.
I feel bad about that too.
Right.
But at the same time, I said this. I'm very worried with the fact that I am streaming for such a short period of time, and games aren't short. Like, how do you get through everybody? You know, how do you play
That's
with
2
everybody?
Warzone matches for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, no way, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
I would
crazy.
be like, drop, die, drop, die. I'm like, yo,
So-
gotta go.
I can't even stream Warzone. I only have a 1650S, and it was running no problem when I first bought my computer. I think
I don't
I'm
think
just
Warzone
locked
runs
it
on
up somehow.
anybody's computer
Well,
well.
Yeah. Well, now when I try,
fucking Budster's
okay,
got a 3090 and can't even run
can-
it well.
I can play it. I just can't stream it. When I'm streaming, I
that's
go over my
Dave's
VRAM
problem.
limit, and it starts getting really laggy. The whole thing just crashes pretty much. So I can't even stream Warzone, which is not a bad thing for me because I'm not a big Call of Duty fan.
I'm not a Call of Duty like huge.
I like
fan.
zombies.
I like Halo.
I loved playing zombies. Oh, Halo, dude, I'll get down on Halo. I loved zombies on Call of Duties. I like Black Ops 2 with Ascension was probably my favorite level ever. When they had the PFD flopper and you could just dive into this group of zombies and destroy them. You know, now they
that
have
was a
the
good
slide
one.
flopper.
That was a
But,
good one.
you know,
That map.
there's a lot of good maps on the zombies, and then they kind of started getting a little weird with it. But
I'm a Kino. I'm a Kino Toten or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you say. Like 100%. Like
Cinema of the Dead.
I can't imagine. I don't want to look at how many hours I put into that game.
My buddy says Transit was his favorite level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Transit
that's-
was good too.
That's fine. Transit was cool. I like that they threw the Jason reference at the cabin out
I
in
just
the
didn't
middle.
like that you got like basically had to be on the train, and if you weren't on the train, you're in the middle of nowhere. Like I didn't like the port to port feel. Like when you're in Kino or something like that, like you never felt like you were abandoned. You know what I mean?
Well,
you
have you
could be
played
running
Outbreak?
always. No.
Outbreak is where it's at, man. It's a totally open map. It's like dropping into a fat open world, and you have objectives that you do all over the map. And then once those objectives are done, you transfer to a new map, and then you start over on level 2 at a different map, and you have all these objectives, and the zombies just progressively get harder and harder. They've done a really good job this season with the Outbreak map, and further, my buddy could tell you way more about it. I just don't play it enough, especially since a lot of my viewers like watching Fortnite, so I play a lot of Fortnite and quite a bit of Rocket League as well.
Yeah.
I think that's what you were playing the night you rated him, because I remember his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I've rated Dank a couple of times as he was progressing for affiliation. Like that's always what I always try to help, especially the people who are like right there already. Like they're right there already, so give them the little push over the top is great.
Yeah, it helped. You're on top of all of my analytics, pretty much.
That's because of the community, though. That's not me, right? That's what Black and I we talked about 2 weeks ago, but like that's not me. That's the community that's getting built up, right? There, like I said today, the last 2 days I've been watching people play with each other, and so that's what happens. Like people start to bond with other people.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. CK Gaming was our last guest, right? And CK, people have been lurking because he just got affiliate not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago, and
Watching him as well.
yeah. So it is hard when everybody's doing the same thing, right? Everybody's doing the same thing, meaning streaming.
Yeah.
So it's hard because as that community gets bigger and bigger with those type of people, it's not going to be possible for everybody to be everywhere. Like it's just not possible for you to be everywhere.
Find those personalities that
That's
you click
similar.
with.
Yep, exactly. And that's always been my goal. I honestly I've seen some people that like I used to see all the time in my chat. I don't see at all or some or whatever, but I see them in somebody else's chat that I was in or whatever, and that's awesome. I'm glad they're there.
So I did a lot
Truly.
of network,
Truly.
and and I still actually do quite a bit. You know, I
Pop
start,
is
I start
it.
my stream at 7:30 at night. I usually start at 6:30 and go, and I'll go see who's on, you know, what stream. That's how I run into you every night. I hop on my computer, I
Yeah.
see, oh, Caesar's on, and I pop you on, and even if I'm not in your stream, I've got you tabbed in the background just to keep that viewer count up. And I go and look at all these people that you guys have been referring, and it's like, okay, this is, you know, all of you have something that I can learn from, especially being so new. You know, I don't have any equipment. Obviously, you guys both have dope ass mics. Like, I'm rocking.
Hey,
Motherfucker.
hey, Dank,
Motherfucker. Don't let him. Don't let him.
Hey, Dank. Would you
Hey,
like
wait,
to?
wait,
Would you
wait.
like to know, Dank? So
Oh, what did I start?
nothing at all. So Black runs a giveaway in his channel. He's always been about giveaways. And I won one of his biggest giveaways, which was this Rode Pod mic with the Go XLR, which I was just using. I was using a Blue Yeti before, right? I was using a Blue Yeti. Oh, his Go XLR boxes. He's showing you.
Yeah, I'm giving those away. You know, I'm just
Dang.
little plug there.
Yeah.
We're giving those away very soon.
Wow, this week he's
Okay.
not watching somebody else's podcast while doing this episode. It's good to see.
I promise.
Hey, so
Twice. You have 5 monitors, bro. Jeez.
Nah, that too.
not necessary.
2 computers.
But so
Uh.
Dank, I was getting at, like, I had a Blue Yeti and I was just gonna continue. I was continuing to use it, and I told him, and it's like, and then I ended up winning, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. I can upgrade something about my stream, you know? Yeah. I
That's
mean,
what dude, we all had it.
I still have it. It's over here, just in case I need it or something.
I gave mine away.
Yeah.
I've noticed the audio comes through that it's terrible, so I don't use it. I found that my HyperX is the mic on here is better than that mic.
Wow.
With the
The setup you
the
have.
volume,
Yeah.
just with what's going on around, you know,
Yeah.
the kids are usually playing in here. This doesn't, it
Pick
picks
up
up
that.
me
Yeah.
nice and clear, but it doesn't pick up everything else going on, like my TV and the kids playing on the tablets and whatnot. So this seems to work pretty well.
You find out what works. And so, Dank, I just slowly, once again, this is Black's full-time income, right? This is his family's income. He's going to add the pieces that are necessary to continue to grow that income, right? To keep it sustainable. And I just keep taking this, like, slow approach at, like, okay, this, okay, that. Like, I bought myself a gaming monitor finally, and I know it does nothing for the stream, but it starts to add to my experience, right? And makes me enjoy being here and things like that.
I
So, like,
also just did that a couple months ago.
yeah, just,
But
it's just
I've always done giveaways, and
That's what I said,
like
yeah.
day one, like that's what I've done. But I encourage people to not do them as I do them, or anyone of my nature. You know, like some people, you know, like you're gonna attract an audience.
who were
that
there
is
for the giveaway.
Yeah, and not you. And
Yeah.
I have those people, and you find out who those people are. But like, it can be a discouraging road. Just
That's
throw
why
that out there.
That's why my giveaway is just for my hat, which means you have to really want me. Otherwise,
Yeah,
why would you
and
want
it's
the
true.
hat? You know, nobody needs
It's
this hat.
true.
Nobody needs this hat.
It's
I
true
want that
though.
hat. I've got
That's what
quite
I'm
a few
trying to
hats.
say though.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Nobody needs the hat, right? Like,
there's a
people
there's
want
a
the
difference
hat.
between what I'm
Yeah.
doing and what Caesar's doing.
People
Like,
need
that's what I'm
the-
trying to get across.
People need the
Yeah.
microphone or need the monitor or need this, need that, right?
They need that for hierarchy.
I wanted the second monitor
It's
just
because
so that
talk
I
to
could
me
have
like that.
everything, you know, game over here and have my Discord and Twitch over on the other monitor. That's all I really needed. And now I'm like, man, I could go for another monitor. That way I could have just
I
like
just
a
gave
search
away 2
engine up
monitors.
here or something so that I can search it without having to cover, you know, there's just things that I'm finding. I'm like, oh, I could probably use another monitor. I don't have the space for it. I could probably use it though. I need a new keyboard. I'm still rocking my original iBuyPower that came with it.
Let's
So,
go.
I guess
I
you know,
did a
hold on,
giveaway
was
for
about-
that when
It
season
does light up, but it's trash.
when
So-
season 7 happened. that's when I gave away
The worst part of it
that keyboard.
is this arch right here. Because of it being arched, it doesn't sit perfectly up against my wrist rest. So it kind of goes like this when I'm playing, and it drives me absolutely crazy. Like I love that I have the setup. I'm appreciative that I've even got this to be able to do it. But I'm like, I could fine tune a little bit.
Okay, start
Nah,
slow.
dude.
You slowly
I
make
started with a
upgrades.
laptop.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
slowly
and a
start.
TV.
You slowly start to make the upgrades as you can. I
Yeah.
set myself a goal of getting a dual PC set up at the end of next year, which would be like 3.5 years of streaming before I go for it. And that's strictly more for a gaming. Like this would be my stream rig and that would be my gaming rig, right?
Yeah.
And that would be more, hopefully, to not have the whole Warzone annoyance, right? Because that is
Mm-hmm.
super annoying.
Yeah, to run Warzone on full
Anything would be
graphics,
nice.
Dude,
it
my
takes a
rig,
lot of VRAM.
my rig wouldn't play Warzone at like maybe 80 FPS.
Yeah.
You know, when I was streaming on my single rig,
Yeah.
it would barely, like I was averaging probably lower than that. But dude, and my computer over there is good.
Yeah.
So like Warzone is bad for everybody.
It is. Yeah, it is.
I just hate that the cost of graphics card in the last year have just skyrocketed. You know, I was lucky that I got my rig when I did, because it was like 2 months later, everything just shot through the roof. And my rig, I don't even think you can still find my setup on Best Buy, because they're sold out all the time. People just buy them and tear the graphics cards out of them and sell them, you know, piece them out. And
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. That 1650, you know, when I bought it, it was probably a $200 card, and it's probably a $500 card now.
Yeah.
Which is trash, but I don't want to pay $2,000 for a graphics card. You know, I've been used to, I pay $400 or $500 for a brand new Xbox, and then I'm set for years. You know, and it plays everything. I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm like, all right, I got to upgrade my graphics card. Right when I got it, I upgraded. It only came with like 4 gigs RAM, and I went to the 32. Just overkill, just so I have it. And then now it's like, okay, I have a decent graphics card. I can play all these games in decent graphics. If I want to stream, I got to bring the graphics down, or I need to upgrade my graphics card and start working on getting a better PC running here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a better camera. I'm starting, after watching your guys' stream, like, man, my camera sucks.
Hey, don't get started. Don't get Black started. He started off this this call before we went live with some comments about cameras, and I don't want him started again. We actually just got raided by Minecraft Cowboy. So what's up, Colton? Thanks for the raid.
Been watching him a little bit.
We are at the 2-hour mark, and I try to keep these to about 2 hours a dank. This has been great getting to know you in more detail. Black actually asked me when I said who was coming on. I said, here's his Twitch if you want to go see some VODs. I talked to him in my chat and talked to him in his stream. But other than that, down to get to know him. And like I tell everybody, we haven't come across a guest yet that we're like, hell no, not having him on again. So absolutely, we'll have him on again sometime. Are you laughing at your chat or me, Black? What's going on? You're still muted. You're still muted.
As soon as you started saying you were getting, you know, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it
Yeah.
up. Katie dropped 65 stars and it went, fuck this shit, I'm out. And it did the whole dance,
wow,
bro. It was like
funny.
30 full seconds.
That's perfect.
That's awesome.
But so yeah, so anybody who came over with the Cowboy Raid, Colton was one of our guests very early on. He actually got the short end of the stick because it's when my PC was in the shop and I couldn't stream it live, and it only got posted to YouTube. We have to have Colton on again at some point. You want to talk about upgrading a setup? Dank. He literally
Is the chair more expensive than our computer?
No. It's not even that, right? It's the fact that like when you talk about what he started with, when his episode, we could probably watch his episode and then see his setup now, and it is like, oh my god. And we're talking in
Oh, we
like
got his mic fixed
9
too.
months, everything. Yeah. So,
Nice.
but are you staying live, Dank? I know you're live right now.
I'm
Are you
probably
planning to
gonna
do some
end it
gaming, or are you
for
ending?
now. I will be gaming. I gotta make a run to the bank.
Okay.
But I'll be coming back probably.
I was going
at
to
some
throw
point.
the raid your way, but if you're going to end, do you have somebody that you want us to raid? Is your buddy streaming right now?
Let me see if he is streaming.
And so while that's happening, we'll send everybody on their way. Thank you, or at least from the fuzzy screen. We're going to send you over to the next stream. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Black, I did hear a lesson coming out of that. It felt like I'm drawing a blank now. I wanted to bring it up, but it was during the end of that conversation. There were some things that came up. So we'll get together a lesson from this and then post it up there. Otherwise, we'll see what we can do next week and go from there. I start back to work this week. It's gonna be rough. I've been off for a month. Chat. All right. Hey, it was a pleasure, Dank, getting to know you better. Everybody, we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I just